ahode won the syrup ne won the tablets me ade malaria treatment e be kon parasites na woni pedue no nyina obata ukonyuma so awakọ ukodwoma awakọ chese bibia wo ye bia no wetumi aye ama ho ato sanso no wo mo wo de ade boa ema yetumi kum sonson no ade nyina woni pedue mo de ye kanfo ma abatan no kranketo ano a wo maba no bewe no wo ma afi no wo nante no wo di agro na tem wa hwe ye pe no wo sasa ne machine nanu a na ensonson na ekoba ne video mu for madam ene ye de critical issues ebrewa udu pharmacy shop bia ka cho Lumi Trust ene bebo to malaria ne nyina aso mu onu awdo ebre koso no mede ne nyina emu chechemu ebebro sa so na wo pe bia no afre wo mo 056 1088663 no akotu eri ababe go pharmacy shop and as a chemical store awdo nyina mu ya fra me vim lady Afia Pokua ne ye de ofa mienu ene ebebro e wa no pe critical matters ese fatasi etumi eka ho asem critical matters saying ene wo se eka ho asem number 1 ebehwe unim se na saying na wo hwe de ekoso chichu na watwe mu a omampani excellency na nadan kokufu ado na maprobo kwakoye big agenda no ne ade development project also ogidi se wenti na Ghana for to abama na o deliver or fix it or kwa probo na watwe mu omampani na mu a kwa probo no so no omampani dada mahama so kwa probo a no so thank you to kwa kodida ase omanfo a wo to abama no ne ade nyina a kire wo say one government in waiting just a president in waiting na na dan ko kufu ade ne MPP fo a che so mo adwuma nko yi no omu free so a 2024 ono na eba na fe wa ba be deliver. These two people are all gearing towards election 2024 because Ghana no se obey your man yie ana ebe chia ebe tene ni nyina gina tumi a okuta tumi no so you derive it based on elections yakoto abawi a na Ghana for eto aba out of about 30 million Ghanaians so na no abato ekoto ye na about 17 point something about 17.5 I just say yeah 18 years and above ye to aba decide who the next government will be. It is almost kwa aprobo sa anum ne ade to mampani so opposition leader minority majority is all towards obehwe na Ghana for to me no waje ne mako aka bom na che so onu kuta or they shape the direction of oman na so oman no se beko nanim e betini difa ana se betini benkum. Inti ni nyina omo ye na National Democratic Congress NDC the biggest opposition party we Ghana ha pa the free 1992 ye dey fourth in fact to show even the history of Ghana free 1957 ye jefa hu dia na independence NDC wodi makote wo amamu no pa a chunk of the governance no NDC and I just say wo manya bebre from President Rollins Abreso even we e first say AFRC eba PNDC eba NDC no abesi ena na just NDC enyamodudu no and so the omum nyina be na very important which is why e dey aba abesi 30-point suggestions adwenkyere bi a NDC aya wode akwakoma electoral commission na electoral commission for say some adwenkyere we nyina e betimi dey shape oman no abato ene oman no governance ya ene na momra IPAC unim say e beto about 2020 no na NDC ejai IPAC ko wo mcha so monko said the electoral commission no omudi no na e ha adwene e me yewura say dun ketia general secretary kwa beka so okobo wakra na maami je mensa na wadwa ni nyina me obusa me I'll say that political antics normally ye kwa abato ma some of these things happen ebi won ma real ebi won so small politics that are necessary and enye Ghana hanko to de bia ofo say Ghana ha na yetie na say na Ghana de agi hododo na den na manyasem na NDC MPP kwa America kohwe ko UK kohwe conservative any labor for udu America Republicans and Democrats emu odin even oba omo media mu a Fox near CNN sharp difference and they are very vocal come drink come na anu ya Afghanistan the crazy ya ama Taliban for asan kwato asha Afghanistan for so kohwe the Trump ne call for ne media organizations or me pro Republicans or me Biden to ni trun say enipa ewu Afghanistan now because of Biden in Ghana we are no exception by into NDC 30-point presentation omo dey aba omo dey akoma EC say including said ye be appointed EC director commissioner crowd that electoral commission na ne ye be hwe say kwan ben so na be ka me no mienu a ye na yekoto aba no and more importantly the ebedi sa suggestion we NDC akọ the omo keka no IPAC the MPP de beko ni nyina say mo me no mienu a it's a complete waste of our time because the entire Ghana for kosa lie anajo the entire kojina bosuo mu ni akoto aba the entire ye waste your time the entire is even important the entire is even worth it is because omani be ye na se yebeke ka brofo atro na brofo kese na who is this na there na enkosi hwe ya na me no mie no emo anti that's the first part e be wan asem aka Dr. Isa Asante University of Ghana Legon and an new Dr. Mpedi wo mie no be boya me ate second part of the program say be agri processing and adding value to ya Ghana yeku adwuma wo hwe Ghana free Fernando Po abreso a tete kwashi kofa ye Ghana cocoa baye the aya ne say cocoa processing for anyakopon daroma na boaten one team one add value to Ghana cocoa product cocoa butter cocoa chocolate royal confectionery ni nyina na so proper value addition Ghana yen sheda nya ade Ghana Export Promotion Council for born homody so more identify some young people you are more pesika de am more show mun crying wo matimi akomanim but hwa ye ne Professor Boboye eni ni nuan wo KNUS betwetwe nkomahwe ono wa ye machine etumi di 2 banche ni student ba kwa ye machine etumi di dwa banche machine etumi di ye gari these are all there inti Accra a Greek minister era Dr. Free Akoto was so ye planting for food and job na se wuntumi engage omo wo universities a wo man machine fufra now the ni nyina akwa akoto fertilizer the akwasha assist 900 billion Ghana cedis na ye hunu na boarding gari say you to a bro bottle almost 400 Ghana cedis. Now if you ask me then planting for food and jobs has failed. Efeli we need critical answers from a Greek minister and no man penny me they say no man penny ko media encounter with press call no nkofo an shada follow na ni nyina na was a chair president say ground nyo ya ye hye form pa it is our brain about media encounter there na why study no media encounter because you need to speak to Ghana for ordinary people na e form no and then no na dem ba me main issue ye beka ho asem no ye main introduction which is legal aid. Now I'm expecting some man penny say senator and Danko Kufuado who is a senior most lawyer I just say nya asem kra anka man penny edin o man penny ana abodini no eso yes anka be from Mr. President my lord Mr. President because we twam Supreme Court judge wonya ni paketo akra legal aid ya yatie law establish legal aid no one of the key objectives all kind first first part of the the object of the commission is to provide legal aid to A, an indigent, and B, a person who has reasonable grounds to take defense, prosecute, or to be a party to a proceedings related to the Constitution in accordance with Clause 1 of Article 294 of the Constitution. Now, Article 294 of the Constitution, that's afterthought. You say, you try Constitution and you say, "Sebi ebu sebi preduasa." You try nyansa sebi ni nyina ewie na legal aid for kwashe to 294. Now, on the basis of 294, a new act here, a regulating illegal aid, that must say legal aid about commission. Only say na no legal aid for kasa, almost ni pay good prison so. More than 50% of sankofo no, nkofo a omudi bem. More than 50% of those people in prison custody, nkofo a omo remand, ye ni wo masemo. Omo case kwa court trial. Omo prison. Now, what we are doing with that is that the prison are a training ground for armed robbers and terrorists. Don't look any further. Intina me bo man His Excellency Nana Danko Kufuado dinwo me introduction him no. That my Lord Nana Danko Kufuado His Excellency, we need you in this matter. Say over 50% of the people in prison custody nkofo more on remand. Remand the say ye ni nasem. Ye de ko adu keke na ato no so. Nasem nko trial. Ye mua no for and so remand. Now no legal aid for penny for chair me case a branch back ne papa e be tru omo soup sa na ye de ne koye oh na ye case a branch team we did 15 years in custody wawu police for crime ko kan che ne papa say ne ba na wu. There's another case last week e de ba agbesi 13 years in prison custody say ne kohwe ne proceedings mu kra na agbesi onye ehwe just because obi say o te ne armed robbers bi ba omo so na ne na o te ye ne te say agbesi ye the branch ko 13 years. There's another one they be American once tumesi kodemu 18 years wrongful conviction ono so legal aid for other waba abonting. Now no legal aid for kan ba ko be a branch taxi driver ye de ko 25 years wafa ne obi atena ne ka mu tu America 20 Ghana businessman abosram otimi ntieska no taxi driver say famisi mame na businessman ni momo a passenger no eyi ne purse second wo mu atwe second dia what taxi driver no Only come out for you here ninti. No mom the taxi driver na ko police station say taxi driver no mom rob no. Near the taxi driver na ko na court. Ye musa na no asem kra near sentence no 25 years. Oko appeal and ye ten sentence to 15 years. Legal aid for bear mo fa case ye jai taxi driver na mo abefie. Complete injustice. His Excellency, my Lord Nana Danko Kufuado, you are a big time chese. Obru Supreme Court judge so. Nana, yera go fredame. Awe AG, yes, legal aid is a serious aspect of justice delivery. Mun to meet Nagana ha en na mani nye any di mani nye when legal aid is squatting. Maybe omo te cry you omo dia. Ordinary people omo ba hanum say o chese omo te ye bu omo faso. Ya shina sum to tro me enu so many ane. We need justice because we need sika. And the AG is sitting there eating and sleeping comfortably. The president is there eating and it shouldn't happen. E was say I am shishie. Near per support mo bi esefata de ma legal aid. Na anu akuapim polo de esi ye. Na nkofo na justice for akuapim polo. Na de omo go prison na. Yes if more than 50% were remand no moja ni omo mo. And na me catch celebrities so. Mo me yemfe ahode nko ne ma ehia so. Enye unnecessary things. Unnecessary beef. Inti me anope me buy my main issue is legal aid. Support excessive edema legal aid. Now my last point is about district assembly ni metropolitan assemblies now. Mabu niegu masum. Munyina, you must necessarily have offices for legal aid in your district. Because say akuafo wom ho, say a powerful ho, say ordinary citizens. Hiafo mu ni bi omunti na legal aid netim mo constituencies, mo district, mo municipalities, and you don't have offices for legal aid. The whole Ashama legal aid in your office. Look at a big area like Ashama. Any the kind of people who live in Ashama, mu hear justice. Yet to meet you obey the Nukoto Ashama, not or need for so near China Koto. Into Ashama Assembly, moon to me my one office, my legal aid for ever no more office. Tema Assembly, to moon to me, Matika Bebreba, Tema Assembly, Moje, internally, moon to me, Kumase, other areas, Omo Krana say, what are we doing? Yen train money packets, Yebinya, some Monko Koto, and Sunny Akakase Mihuyanka. Na yesikeni a okuta edian kese politicians for dia. On the onya asema odi bimo odi fokra be okoya na amani bill na okofie na menu mienu de ese be abusa bi mpredu ase na moje ni yemu ye ne adwen ye miate ye de enya asem kra na se ne edi bem kra ye nkowu wonsawom na obi forget wu asabe ogboja kagbele eno ne masem legal aid mani hia obia ohia ni oni bi no legal aid for na kanasem na se legal aid for kra ni bi wo mu ni office computer mpo mini bi baby ankofo betina kra bi ni ho a na chese wunya asem a nsa won pre straight o konso a obewu simple ebisa for no pay critical issues na we critical matter esafate se kan wa semanuti enam de issue we de ebre wa ebeko na yato ankomo we so wo mra ne sesen another time the entire legal aid support no so ate this year nko ano first second quarter legal aid for to me solve cases 835 no ma solving kofo o mayi wo mo ama o free prison ama o ma ba bonti ba we nipa ne ba wan hwe kra or the say why hardened because one man enya justice na one man akogoda nsawom abra eni se oko nsawom na lawyer for won say bi o mo say justice must be seen to be done ye ka say ye antenten a ye ni se ye de hye table ase na yesu kan no o say wo so kan ya hyen a discipline so mane hyen ye fa nkosha ase nti yenye ewiase mu han nti o man pani excellency oni yewra gofredame age mumma justice enya han enhyen ye mane nkosie na ye woyo media eno nko eye akufo adode ye no nko eye mahamade ye no nko na ye me ene Eric na Dr. Sasantia ye de ekoto de ne bodwe ye nkowu e won sahom. It cannot be done. Article 17 say we are equal before the law. Ebisa for we critical issues say fata say kan wan say me ne ye bebo ye nkomo no ne mpanifo nsema ka say ye say ni nyina ye de ebebro no ye beko amanyosem so ne governance for towards 2020 elections 2024 elections ebeko so whether or not NDC 30 points no mde aba no holds the solution ebetimi aboa asesa ama ochine bi ye nkoto aba manipa nwu ye wi aba behwe ye ku adwuma no na ebetimi create jobs ama mante ne maba wa ye a politicians for madwene enkoso no but ye besan ka preliminary comment wo big agenda ne o mampani dada mahama omo thank you to na omo koso e say ababa yes amanyosem e na obi a de ye Ghana for here hospital and that is a very good policy and ke betimi aboye de Ghana tika na ekoye big agenda no agenda 111 no ebie no won ma ye nanadu sika Ghana man sika ene ye de kwakoye ntidien ene wom emfaso ben ene ebetimi nya ewo ni nyina mu ebusafo ye from vim lady Afia Pokua da kese enko ema Nina Mishka ewo encrime Nina Mishka wo East Legon no na etie ya ye sha deba TV so ko East Legon hono ma lawyer Michelle ene adwuma no ne dia oda ano ma oti kama wo sha se be bia obeko bia no waye nipa waye kama ho twa enidie ene obuo ebata ho pepepe uduru ho so ase wo hwe Anita obeye de se fata bia de ama duwe fashion enso ewo danso mo na me atade sha kama office wear a wo de ko ba bia sorry wo de ko nipa mu adwabo ase a ho betwa kama wo so ada ma menka wo say numedi ye nyina sida kese enko ma lumitrust suspension kum malaria ntontom no boa ema onya hodin wo nipadie no ma parasite bia bebe bia ebeyi no edno afu ho no minerals ewo East Legon so na ye bore ni ade nyina ma ya wo ye raba na wa ma ho atwa head to toe enye so ofa bi de enye abusuafo eba na afa ye de nkomo no aba abehwe so towards election 2024 and Ghana nkoso enyuma emrante betimi enye bia ombeyo.
That's my girl.
Daddy.
Yes.
Please, can you help me with my homework?
No problem. Go on, okay?
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yes.
Aprepensa with koto, aka cloud, momone, smiling fish, and a kobe, and a bekwanya adiacheso.
Okay. How do you prepare it? How do you prepare it?
Preparing. It's for the question we are going to cancel it and make it this way. Cancel it.
This way chocolate drink.
You ain't hearing fish here. You need to prepare it. You can take it anytime, every day, everywhere. That's one girl.
This way chocolate drink.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Your friend and mammy asked me, you need me yet estate and so much will be at the crowd. Near wolf. As you say, dear, men who know quite panel, Tintin no, a chum, and one neat fufu. So when you're quite pebby bosswa, a humanist.
Neat fufu is available in 3 different tastes: neat plantain, neat cocoyam, and neat yam. Neat fufu is well packaged and so easy to prepare. So whether plantain, cocoyam, or yam, same preparation. In just 5 minutes, your tasty fufu is ready.
Under 5 minutes.
Neat fufu se manumbe nabi we am kwampa bi boswa manesi the tasty ya dadana manesi 5 minutes back nabi manesi.
Neat fufu is so
Yankie susu se ya bra bobeko no enye sa na mpempi ne koma ye na sadom bedum wa mo nya uta didimu a agi se wonya yonko a wode wo ho betwere no ne wonya hotoso se ensio mo awiemu oka ho abribia se woyie sika hye wudwa wo botire na wo pese wo tire wo soto ni mu me kire se emfa woni adwuma ko a wo ye wo ana sempo wo pebie tia wo school fees ene e media sempa na mu. Best points at the Fufrobia bar and on the best points to scheme. Dear, what's a William said? Debiada for simple and I will tackle at to best points to scheme Nimo. Na yem pesa obe brebe brainty, yem crow franca sababa or naswa beje. Obomo dear to your money drop sumi mienu diaminia. Uwa konya jibosia at the sort of how you na. And the best points to scheme any casubomwe to susu na jibosia bosumi mienu achi. Ya brewen shishe pa edwene wo ho. Enti fa won to mababo best points to scheme dia no na die. Best points to scheme. Boa wusika no na chani bocho.
mesra omani di mu omo hu mopo na omontumi muame wa woni hu ade oba enyisi ti so mbetumi anya lawyer bi mpo oba be gine mu amamia a be fale apela mama tumi fi ha ebe ni dey say aha biti ya bra wonye ni pabinu mu na omo asoso mi mu kakra omo muamia me dey na ma survive wa see.
Abisafo Samu akwa baby critical issues and dey atwa anope wo UTV eso. Yara critical matters, one of them main one ye never become was a mayor election 2024 no. NDC the biggest opposition party at Nase Atonobo assessing was say yensemfo ama akoma akwadiasa 30 points bi ogidi say ye de hyem na ye de Ghana hihye ya de ehwe abato na ebetimi abo ama abato mu basabasa yo no ne ade nyina no yetumi abrenas because Ghana say akwan say nsuo say nyuma ene ye create the main part ana ade eboa facilitate development amemo. It is a memo precipitated by abato no ehwo no tochema kakra pa na chese de ye koye wa tire nyina no ebe tochema enti na Ghana constitution no kwa kaseti aku say drew so obi aye na dwene kwa so obetu constitution na obi anfa na ho odin bia whatever it takes and you say ni pakro no fro ne charging with the highest offense of the land high treason and ye de obeko e di say NDC atena se asese say wono aye abato so ache we ni ye de kan bom ebetimi abo a eye. One of the key things NDC suggests and say nka said e be electoral commission commissioner no unim say from Charlotte say even from Afia Jana Bresunya party for nya complaining besi ma me Charlotte say besi ma me Jemensa so there's always been issues about kwanya ye faso a ye yi ni pakro no ma obey commissioner a oda electoral commission no anu a obe guide the conduct of elections nti NDC adwenche ba ko de ba ne say ye ntwe na nipa ne ma prior parliamentary approval ko bato ko ayi parliament yenim ni ensesu yen keri wansana said about aban oti akonya so enkonya de broni beka say according to his whims and caprices no yi nipa no na de ope e na obey. Dr. Isa Sante of Political Science Department University of Ghana Legon ye na twetwe enkomo na Dr. Mpeduso ayo nua be man so awono so cha de Pentecost University wo na nim amanyosem a years of engagement ne research no wo betimi aboa ya me ya say ehe netene ehe ne chia ya ma politicians e me politics na wo mfa wo hu ni da bi intellectuals na mechirem ni ehun se kwan ben so ebetimi aboa ama oma no akonanim emperifa no pe mawachi ene akwaba
yewura
Dr. Sasante me sha se furu ho ni busa sa adwenche ya abai ni nyina ye se de na meka na be shape 2024 ni abato akoye ni ma ene na de ye governance structure no amamu no ne fapem kese pa no odwen sa adwenche no ho sesen first and foremost na se ne NDC kra tewo a wadwene a ode aba no ene kwan so no
obiafua machi na fe mesan kia atiefo nso obiafua meje de se adwene bi a wode yo man no obi de ba wonchi utie na sopam eyi a wode ye adwuma enya wode ato ba bi na wokọ anim NDC fo akonsu ase ekoyi bibi aba na ye de re adwuma ye ba ba kirekire mu ofa bi no me ne won ya adwene ofa bi wo ho nso ya me won hu cousins a me bisa won ofa bi nso wo ho a me nso me de be ka ho yew esane se me kobi man kan bi ni ochi enu nti wo hwe adwena wo de ba na enya adwene bone yew efi se amemu na yewo o se ka na men kan bi enu nti obi be ka ofoforo aka NDC fu se ne wo kire won adwene wo hu ni ebegbobo ni ehu ne yete yew esane se democracy no ne nkura bata ba ko pa ne se wo beto aba na wo to aba etese niema bi wudi begu apum no apon so no ekoso wano no biara hu se yiwo akinye bi ani hu ebisa abatu nyina ni dede a ewo ho ene akinye ewo ho ne se bibi amfa ne kwan mu baabi wo ha na sum akata so bi wo ho nso a enye adepa ne ehui obi wo ho a ye manifi asetu amerika no kra nsa na wo ba aben saa ne man enunti se wo pesa abatu di ejina ne nan so ya bibia no ukọ anim no na usakra mu na de bibi foforo ba hiem ne achia usomuden ne eribu amaso agina nea atofom na wasum na ba na agina nti Afia nea me de be fiase ni.
Okay, now doc me ma also na me go opening comment was something we 30 points no a ugidi betimi aboa ama ato adwene ananka wo mo ntwen wo mo duru iPad ga no nko ma yesa na
yo me da wasi bebre me say points in there na kwan se na yin anim no political parties na ye twa ba ma wo mo nti se bibi ha wo mo a na ye so mutimi de ba ebeto ho ma yetimi bobo ho na ye discuss ye hu okwan be fa so a ye betrente niema aba niema timi akokan na ha me kakra wo side yi no ho say as at now no NDC ne electoral commission wobun entamu pa in terms of say ayokufa ana say ebe gidie ana say trust I say any ho na any ho tem bia wo kasa tia electoral commission ana say wo mu chairman na de bia wo sorry a na wo kasa tia wo mu ebe ye den ni nsema wa kan say abawo mu kra wo betimi afa ana wo beja tum adwempa mu wo betimi dia ye adwuma and me problem because me face and the first thing I say you to be building up the trust between NDC and electoral commission because from the day one Mensa you appointed no stand NDC for afa ne anamotuo ne kasa o makasa etia maami nyina edi dance say mutual trust ni ho ana wo nyini ni kra na nipa ye nyini ni na ya chocho 30 points say dwen ho na toto niema se ne be abato be koto eyiye no me problem e ha me kakra
I think you owe point pa also nyini pa ni wo de adwencha akoma no nti nipa no obeso adwenche di mu sen na kwan ben so kra na wasem no kwa wo ka no nipa no kwa fa ne se efiri baabi a wo ye genuine wakoma mu fine as nipa wa verify no aka no ho asem aso wonye but Dr. Sansanti I'm back to the 30 points which one Ojidi say out of the 30 no NDC for so for MPP for am dey ma but me say almost omo ye omo call region constituency ko ye training bi ni ade nti omo dey ebeba emu dey na Ojidi say very critical
yo obi Afia me di kan ka kire o say nsam no machichem niame no won ya adwene niame no won ya adwene
okay
niame so me kire ma adwene won yo yenhwe niame no won ya adwene
okay
wo hwe nia edi kan na
point 1
na o say yenya parliament en to ano ansa na meka abato commission penimfo no eye chairman na abedi akiri ene nipa commissioners na aka ni nyina no won to ano na won hwe sebe wo say fata na fe won vetumi ma won me no won ya adwene adenti na me no won ya adwene wo hwe yen constitution article 70 clause 2 aya 1992 constitution o say president on the council of state president be power council of state on there be o say president be power electoral commission for penifon on the council of state be kon nakranda na won adwen ho na won ayesa den na me hawe wo ho ne say so wo hwe council of state won afutu na wotu enunti eto da bi a obetume tofo na president remfa ebize mrabi aniwa ehye president say eto so fa enunti se ope ne kronkron paadia ene fa ko parliament ebize president betume hu apa onipa bi eyirim wo sefata won koye adwuman council of state say there be mura ebetumi a anka ma wonsi form asemasi obententras ne ho niam o se there be mempene ebize obetume tumefo me pa na mefa mra nhye me nti yemu bi kura kire say eka ye nkonkura anka council of state no senia
yen you amfri ho
there be yemfa won ko second chamber
of parliament
is an is nipa egu ho no ene adwena a eta wontimo no say yedi adwuma wo menhu a enye ne say
mpa baby omo sesi ane second chamber no den e be nsoso ye
zuzure wo mu ne nia eda nso e wo mu ne say sese no otuabanfo a president opa na ofa opomfa no koye second chamber dia emra no kohye eye ping ye bedi so iyo if you say wo hwe nipa egu ho na onapo unyampo uri nyampo esa ne se won adwunu manyin onimade won akwadara adwuma mu na woni ama nti won woko parliamenta wo betuma boya won nema bebre ho nti so wo ho second chamber wo de bill bi abeto won anima woko won dem kwadwunu ho ansa na won aba enu nti sa ho no me ne ndizefo ya adwene ne atoso abien wo hwe ayi wo friend dem baby am no won ya adwene bi wo se GBC Supreme Court they are some betu gwese yenhwe se yekoto a ayi wo friend de wo beto aba parties ni nyina wo ma media equal space say the ubonyuma no ema won kwan eya bang the ubonyuma na party fo into me enton won ka won sam wo ho mera wo de ma won epepepe obi de muro obi de so yiwo democracy ni nkura bata ba konen say free and fair election ni nyina so ba konen say wo ko wanim na wo beto aba mobi ahun kwan na onya kasa free so kwan na wa kire na asem wa kan
so na oni omo ya adwene the Supreme Court decision dada
you also one share that equal also one share na one share ne kete na won fanya adwuma you na ho no ne amemeti aso won lawyer for kasa obaka kire o say wo pese so bi adwuma wo ho no nya wonu mo kwan obafa so court na court compelling ko share no you mandamu so no ko gina no konso se wo adwuma etesa wo ye na wonye enu nti hwe na ye nti eho no wo ka wo kira wo adwene wo no kwan a wo de ye ne de wo nyina wonu se wo ho ne me no won ya adwene bi wo se wo se ayi wo frene den won momodin na won hwe se political party petition number 9 no so wo hwe 9 na hwe ho kakra bi na yenko
number 9, yeah, number 9. Or see, the EC must by law be made a mandatory party to all parliamentary election petitions, just as in the case of presidential election petition. B, a compellable witness to produce all public election and related materials, documents relevant to presidential and parliamentary election disputes. I think we're moving far away from their course.
You, a whole name there. So what's it? You document be who may be a young battle no. Seba say ekokota isi mfamra you sadi there woman say emma isi nsabesebe nkotel baby say oh mra ma me ho kwan say me pa na me ba ana me eyo hye
ntina that means emra na procedures court procedures na okodada no NDC suggestion we say yes sana because one of the things that CJ no court no Supreme Court kan 2021 election petition we mu no o kan say a standard court procedures no mo de adwuma
you yejetum
ntina to say the suggestion is yes samra no
yejetum na han o kire say you wo de be hye samra no wo ho wo ye bi be kan a wonji ntifa bi be kan na hye won say edusu ya wo to nsa sprawa wo beba nwoma bi a ye hia wo de beba esa ne say ninti a mani je sa de hu say so wo koto aba na obi adwene mu ye na eye ne kasene o say oh adi mani nye hu enso mintume nka no ho ne ama wo to aba wan hwepe enya ntom ne no emfa sempamba mebo so kakra na makoba bi na miwura no nso abam
me pese wo bo we ye de wo ne wo ya adwen
yo ne ame no wo nya adwen nso wo ho
atwen me ma wa ba de wo ne wo nya
ne me no wo ya adwen me nwie ye
enti bobo so na nko
ne edisu bi o o say ayi 11 publication
the mandatory requirement for the publication of applicants for recruitment as temporary EC staff for registration of voters and for elections. Nti omo aye be recruit omo nya EC publish omo nyina
mbra ne nhwe se wo sefata obi wo ha na ne ho yankekan obi wo ha na ye nyeni ni obi wo ha no nte adwuma na ye oyo te adwuma ye mpankekan bia nti sa adwene na wo kire me ne won ya adwene 12
so EC should comply with the requirement for each political party participating in the election to be provided with a copy of the final voters register.
Yo. Ato da bia wo so yenya eyiye yenya pepe ye yenya ye won pepe bia te se wode mo bia won fama se na akinye bia nim no bia age bibia tom esan se nipa getuma se mensa ka bibia saba no wudi nkuku a wo be gi nkuku atom na waka se mekoye adwuma na bre ne bre asemu no meba na ma ba betu aso.
Okay doc afa wo number 13 14 15 16 17 mama ko Dr. Mpedu na wie de oni omo ya adwansa na yakode oni omo nya adwan Dr. Mpedu emu de he na out of the 13 points so emu pi ema wa ugiri se ye de ye adwuma ye nsan ko ye nchi nko abato abasabasa editu ne yen abato ya 2012 ya court 2020 ya court entoko ebi kra free mu nipa be 8 ahwe wo mo kwa wo emu de na ogiri se ede adwuma bebo a
well I be say suggestions on the buy any day say ya kuma pa na adwen pa say yetimi ebobo ho ne adwen ho na afi yetimi ehuni a ebia say ibi free mu ne timi so edibi ehye mu na ni nyina no so no me problem they say answer na empo we ba dwendwen ho no o say the present here no obuka che so mfa kwa apa
yeah
oh eno eche say we your ba kofo adwene enti ebeti ba bobo ho aka say ni aye kan eye mum but this how GBC dey am say so ma equal this here eye good but then o say ban bia wo power ni niema ni the activities no edorson
eche wo position
exactly enti no GBC so ye mandate say obeti ma public na hu ni aban no eye na be dan ni public hu ni aban no eye emra wo mu ebe share say because of ebe elections nti ni aban ye anasi inauguration aban ye anakasa president ana presidential candidate ken nunti ye mfa nto nchen ma ye ma equal o kan say eye the enye ye because aban our office no dey by all means ni ye ni na dey ye door so chen ni a owo opposition I don't think I can say they must give equal yes Supreme Court ashemu se monye but at the same time or how be ho enti e be den nti ho ye one place me say me have my drink kakra because GBC for paper pursue or mama equal publication and publicity but won't be so because of sa wo hye nti no me aban ekoyi bi a me mfa enko news ana se me nka ho asem
but dog enye ye ntumi hwe ensonson ye da aban adwuma o ye se aban adwuma ene de omampani no se o ye presidential candidate ade o ye sa amanyosem ye ntumi emma ensonson ye medem
oman politics aye no aye bibie wo ho enka ni ye mu party etimi eche mu sa nka beboa yen nanso so asema ese da ho ma etimi eka na ye papa mu san na eyi na om de akɔhye politics mu enti all kan nyina na so all ye nyina na o politics say na say okwa nyama e kɔ say kura say a mpempe ni ayeye ya uti na say politics no I start salo no
because so president Akufo-Addo agenda 111 year all kɔ aprobo ya ono o ye na adwuma say omampani o te akɔda so president Mahama so kɔtɔ
Thank you. Exactly. Until there's a problem when you can't to be separated too. It's a whole problem kakamami. I don't share the first one say parliamentary approval for appointment of ECR. And no question say yet me and sank a beboy pa send be ya a friend nyina betimi akasa ho ama se obi mpo enim bibi fa nipa ho a obi nim ebinim nim a yet me dey na about the right trustful honest person ye nim the political biases na ebe dey na ye ntumi efa no kwche but then again say you can say so then see ehwete any constitution ankasa no see asesam because our same way no enya say da okeke
yeah
nti answer na be ka so sanse bi na be kwa adwene mu no then near constitution aka fast adi way no so na see asesam the constitution stands so no enye ade da form enti lawyer for na be kire wo senior it takes to change all these things but I know so your man kan ho asem nka bo half of parliament one side any half to go hey some rain case to advocate say eno die enwan mu mumma constitution pertaining to elections and electoral commission the position in the year no yes samu say na be ya obetimi am a balanced this but say ya beka electoral commissions beka so oh me wo constitution eche me ni asmi yo enti waka de na nso ni amra ne hye me en me yo nti e ba ne sa ne ye koya na say
okay but the issue of say a point I raised which is initial one say o hwe nkitawudi akọ NDC and electoral commission entem na ebe ye din say even adwenche we no matter how genuine eteno electoral commission beji atum but do you think that the next IPAC meeting NDC beko because before election IPAC meeting omoko yenyina and it's the same Jemensa here omaka so omonko because my me oni omun ni ye nti I was say Jemensa so reach out to NDC say oh ebia masesa na say bibisa na concerns omu raise about no what omu raise serious concern
yes serious concern but serious concern me my dream no it started from the word go em na my point him ma me no
okay
oh na say who was our dream no dia a big problem ma me no me nim pass or born homodin because the ma electoral commission ye ni nya daddy say nka mo pese electoral elections at the year no it be that whole transparency eba mu na obi activity no ho ase na so say me kan say nipa de yuni wo be try akoko be sase den a enya koma feda edunti no ehia passes trust no etumi eba etika sai points inka akoma na wo ho ena maame no so wo opepa wo ho a na ye nyina yesi nkonwa ni discuss ya mikini say eyensempa ebetua ma oman no elections na electoral process ni na aboa me akokan but trust me
okay
nipa ni uni ni aba bia wo say o kan se den electoral commission kan se den still NDC for mu hasem now ko propose as well nipa onyini ni nipa
ko propose amano
o ko propose amano I say
but ebi so they are coming from a place omunim say electoral commission nya Jemensa dia e wo hansa na Jemensa ba nti omo odwen wo sesa da achi bia Jemensa kwa ni won ma we adwenkyere a o betimi aboa ama electoral commission no akonani but just to put this one out there say unim say Pastor Mel so tiase no o te constitutional review commission no na Jemensa kro ya ka ho and it's the same NDC Professor John Evans Atamos and no Jemensa D yes say o te abedoko o be constitutional review na yasesa Ghana constitution ma Jemensa ye ni papa qualified betimi aye her name was on the list nti one say on the other side na fe de asan kwa kosisa ebi so na Jemensa suban so na asesa but doc remember how back na come back to the other point na no so ni point 13 point 13 NDC for suggest say on the almost suggestion on the call EC no point 13 almost say the EC should make sure that recruitment of various categories of election officials is made non-partisan as possible. The available positions should be advertised and non-partisan and competent persons selected for interviews. Doc, so only on this point. This is
administrative.
Another point here, and also earlier, I'm saying point 11. In fact, even this GBC issue, a MPP for
and a
JH Mensa,
yes,
and a court Supreme Court, and Omoko argue say, Rollins time. You share TV so a GBC no. Rollins didn't call for Jaffa. And the Supreme Court gave judgment and stipulated said a state broadcast do a minus can NDC for Chem fair representation for NDC, fair representation for MPP. This is something that is already there.
Obakaya 2000 I was friend then National Media Commission any DJF scheme be ma GBC and what they have equal space equal time my parties no enyina administrative one hwe na enya adwuma na me nia ehun hia titiru na baba boss
no before obebu boss no responding to issue Dr. Mpedus no can about say genuine
there be meba ho
okay
eye nia meka meba ho
okay
meba ho na wo hwe sa nia Dr. Mpedus kan na well, Nina say Article 55, 11, and 12. So what they say? Our constitution, sir, equal access to the media. 55, 11, 12.
Okay.
Who says I don't know.
Article 55. Okay. Article 55, no, 11. Okay, Article 55, 11 say, the state shall provide a fair opportunity to all political parties to present their programs to the public by ensuring equal access to state-owned media.
Well, and the Supreme Court is also. Well, and interest who are Bengma, you will be a friend incumbency advantage. Say, one out here, Kumaso, the near maybe ha, yin to mental whom fee a defo from to say President Rako or Koya campaign. At a sanka or Mengbison or near Kuanaka or Koya campaign. But yet, young parta, young a bibi Menguana, was a president in Koya campaigner. okwa o se mi ko bue nsu ano obue nsu na no ube ke so onfa ne ka nkwa na obue nsu na no na fe wa ka na asem enu nti wuntumi
agenda wa ya
wuntumi nche bi ho no
agenda ba politics
e bi a sa ho no no eye mrebu bata ayi go friend dem bonyuma bata mrebu ho ni yeden nti ho no be nti won a kire constitution ne se ye nhwe se yetumi hyehye no obi ya nyabre eye bere keke wo se NDC fu makasa CPP fu makasa won kasa 20 minutes okay eno ne keke ni enim se aban adwuma de ba ko man nko so wo ko 14 you o 14 ho
14 or say the EC should give wider publicity to annual calendar of its activities and events at the beginning of an election year that it publishes and ensure that all participating political parties are aware of it.
Ade EC ye. Nti niame de metiase na say won hye mu kana na mra da na da fine administrative yan ko so.
So calendar mo former party.
You no be ehun say sabri say na ye. Abatu ni nyina so na say kunsun bi anim madwene mu nyame na me gye say obribia mahum you transparency me hum ne ekoso bia no mensa wom openness no hone sa de na mape na abato no obi adwuma na ababe ya branti onyabone obeye nti eno no woka yenkoso 15
no say EC must ensure that printing houses entrusted with printing of election materials have equipment that can print pink sheets and duplicates that can contain all the names of the candidates on one sheet when written upon.
Eyiri nyina no eye niema ebua we say enhance the electoral process ememu da ho emma yegetum emma ebua nti eyi nyina ebua 16 17 eno nso wo ho ye 20 men won so eya adwene 21 me wo ho 22
okay
o say bra ye fi abato na sen no nson anopa kosi no num no unza abato commission say wasakram opeso sakram
opeso sesane kakra no de ko akire
ode babe no abiesa no ho niam many abato commission nya adwene okay ezane say no num mpo edu ba bia na ye sebe aye ma na afere wo de ba no abiesa wo kai say abato commission be ka kire nze ye kwa akoto aba no obebomone ama resource na ba sa abiri ni ho kwenti be ni so ade an na ni an ahyehyɛ ato won opeso sakram a so kwan no eso ye toro kakra da bi no num ni ye
nti 5 o'clock here NDC say o maintain 7 am ekosi 5
yo me no won ya adwene if say ye ngoma mu ha no ba bi bebre wo ho a wo kwakoto aba den pa se wo nante wako ba bi wo kwakoto no ho ne mti wo ye no abiesa pe na fe aye ogehwenhwen mirika bi ne niama okena bi na de bi foforo aba 23 me no won ya adwene 24 me no won ya adwene na wo ba 27 me no won ya adwene 29 me no won ya adwene meba 3
oni omunya
me no won ya adwene nanso
number 3
nanso wo ho
number 3
you
okay
number
3 was say specially designed designated courts should be appointed exclusively for electoral disputes and offences before, during and after registration of voters and elections. Yenya court to be just for elections.
Now my question am wo ho say sa court no better say ko si da ben if you say da ben na wie da ben da ye be di asem ni nyina be wie na sa court na gu ana etesa nkotumi kirekire mu yenya nkyeremu wo ho ndi ma adwene mu yem na ho yenko 4
see, EC should be allowed by law to apply to all the courts to remove the names of deceased and other unqualified persons from the provisional register when informed by relevant authorities.
When you me maybe I'm arguing with my say senia EC share party na manase woni maybe hono nti EC kese okoyi saiding na wo bepene
na party for na nka so muni pewu a how ready are they so mbeka electoral commission say ye ni pewu because party for ya no muni pe omawu no omo sa bogu mango fakoto
mereba worry party for no say ne won electoral commission te you NDC fo say no won no so is case otus ana mo na wo bepene asemi ni if so wo court kra eye dede say so sadi say is case me yidin afim wo bepene
no ko register wo bio because like you say NDC go ya besan ba be ka say ECE omo
oyi won go afi yo na fi afue nia ni bebre nanso sa honom na nipa ko hyenmu a ensem fatan e party for wo ka ho party for nyina
ko for e smuggle omo ko
yi wo de wonwuram esan so ye menna make se menna Ghana fo yen wo ha na ba bi e stronghold no we so abofra bi me bani ready 18 one registered oh woni me bi se me na me wo na saa ne man nti ama saa ho no nokware na edi a wo ye party fo ye saa den enu nti wo kese fe won yi saa den manso ye wo men ha kese ba ko ye se wo yi din bi afi part ayi wo friend register nim ya sam kese pa na wo hwe man a won akwa anim na se yen ayi wo friend din chirewi e national card yi adwuma na se e adwuma pepepa wo wo abofra ne ne din wom sabe ofi wiase ne din afi e asem tietia e ho ne yenwen nko na ne wo kan no won aka sempa bet won ne isi ntam no so isi so ri din a wo bepene wo beja to
e ho na Dr. Mpedu kan say asa omo ntam ngo
yes enye sa say etese sanete
e no crazy omo ntam ngo
me question me bisa wo ne say so isi ke so tu sa na mo na wo beja to ha isa ne me wonia mahunti yanko 7
okay 7 no say spell out by law the security responsibilities of electoral commission, if any, the police, the military during registration of voters and voters registration during and after voting.
You, me no ya adwene nanso.
Okay.
Nanso e ho ne say wo hwe abato a woni bangba abato bi ani ho. Enti nansen wo bi say ye ma me gem mensa. O say na so kura say wo hwe bangbo na ye de to aba no say enye madwuma. Ehu, eni sifu ni fisa ho no. You, die fe emehye mra say abatu commission eye wadwuma say wo behwe na bangbo akoso
okay
you me ne won ya adwene na nanso ye ho ne say won so yi wo hu party fo no so won fa won chem na won mo ya bangbo no won mo ya police fo won mo ya soldier fo ye nyina trans na no na me kire say ye wo example bi a wo friend Cambodia fo example Cambodia hu say oman no mungo na ho ne menti wo koto abra wonya akwan wo ba beto aba ne wo ye ne say abatu commission security fo ene won akeka nyina wo ye meeting brano no wa kire say na wo twi ye hwe say ye de ene ma say na egu apon so endu nti se bibia koso ya ye nhwe wo hwa na wo twi ni twem a no wa ba betena say be hwe say ne ye de gu apon so eye ho ana enye ho won abe ye eno ga na ye babu aye esa ne say sabatu commission o say enye na dwuma esa ne say ni mrem say ono no hwe bangbo say ye koto aba na basabasa ye wo ho sebe say o dede wo ho nia entie basabasa ye abomem ha ontumi organize election bia enunti eye isi no eye man say
okay ene say emfa asude pii nto
election isi no sebe onyo na
say obehwe abato so na say yes and the security responsibility akoka isi won
o debi yedi nkomo eye nkomo di abato commission sebe won training no say obekuro tuo aba ye agina baabi na mom ye kira adwene abato commission die ntumi nya ba 20 minutes ye security meeting
okay
eye adwene kire party fo mo nso mba kire mo adwene e say kaisa party fo na ebi edi oman so da nti wonim sa ne o bo ban wo sa ne men ho ne ye nyina ye mfa mo ya enu nti na nso na me wo ho enu ni afei mawie ho no
okay ya baba the only omo nya adwene ya baba so ba mpese wo kan this issue mam who also raise doc kra na Dr. Mpedu na di kan about the trust issues wo sha manyoku a wo na bebre ni isi na wo kra ka se nye se ebeye se wo ho omo ni isi ntemo ti sa suggestion wo sha isi be fa na so
ne tene se sa asem wo kan na wo kan bonten a waka wanhwe ya sebe waka asempegu ne asem no twi wo se kurupegu aso ho no ba bia wo kan sa asem yi ene ipac won fa nko ho woni abato commission ntena se ne takrama wote dan ba kum da bia wo ko nso wo santra ho monko mo kasa aye basa ebia munyem hu ne de so man hu donti yere tena se abato commission yi ne ekoye o ne eba ye o ye de agu ba bi yen ye de bribi agu apon so yen tena se na yenwuyun ho menye ni sa abato commission beto akene menye ni sa party fo na aka no so beto akene yen kai hu sa ai park no so enya party fo nko na wo ho donors no mu nyina wo ho enunti yenhwe sa asem no ye na sa megye de se adwene obi ekura adwene pa opese obo man menye ni se obi bege so mpe ebi obi eni obege se fawo eni pa pasam fime so de so obusue ni eni yampen
doc me ma so na ye se mudi hin na one NDC for nya adwene and also saying na was easy for far we nyina because obi ni ne ya adwene obi ni ne nya adwene obi penasem obi penasem we public elections are ye dey dream on my Ghana ye dio ene ne kan ko ho because am bebre elections nti Wo esi wo ho. Enti isi no so ntumi mba nkase kanka bi me na ya appoint me na hwan nti no. Me ye de me akasa mepe according to be a ono no interpretation of the law. Then I was say the attitude of isi towards ade we nyina.
Well, I say me kan ya dog
kan no.
Concern first IPAC meeting no. I say to say omo o hwe omo asom che no 6 or say IPAC
okay. Number 6 no. Of 30 points. Number 6 I say IPAC should be backed by legislation through an amendment to the Electoral Commission Act 1993 Act 451 which should spell out its composition and functions.
No me no nya adwene.
No nya
adwene say o say IPAC o say basa na say o ma ye tiwi enti ye ntumi enkan humom entrance encheche ya adwene emfa yiye entu yiye ade bia ye say mra hyeyen
okay
ansana ye twa ye nya ese ni nia efata enti no say na IPAC no ye so constituted no me feel say ye well constituted so ye making full use of IPAC na emom no say ko ba say ebinim ko dwen say IPAC no kra ya nipa majority of them no belong belong ha anyway so even trust in IPAC meeting kra no na ni ho ni say political parties ni kwa ompo ntimi nyi omho eni a ebe den no matimi ahwa me ato bapa ama yetimi abedi Ghana so enti IPAC senior currently constituted no I think is the best way to go nia ese eham kana ne say ese yema opepa obuo ni di ese ma ye ho na se ekohia ye nyina ye mfa adwempa enyo ma entumi enko kane na emu oman Ghana
but dog nyini to say IPAC no say because it's not backed by law and maybe an near chenti no even the conduct of IPAC meeting procedures or modeje IPAC administrative ni na ba be conventions said o man dada no moye no perhaps the NDC case o mo de emre bi ta kire at said okay say enti mre ni wono ma about to say Ghana for na we there a simple traffic regulation say traffic light to do person go bia the obo tayo the one more tayo obia ye nsehunu obia ye de but say traffic light is one ma odu ona aso red obetwen say bia e ho na NDC di fro ka say IPAC no ye de mra be share kire a ene NDC phone to me nka so omo kra omo nko because you are enjoying to be there and I want quite there's sanctions by under the law or punishment e bia no more
no be boa but okwami so emwa
okay
because now I say or share even to go for meeting keke kra no he said you be or share bi e ka ho and e bi ohun so now I say again constitution easy esi ho as independent decision so no e ho so na I say e ho so esesam ansana yetumi mrazo so asa hye IPAC echi enti sadi me nyina me face ye okwan bi so but ye mamra na enu che o man Ghana che say opepa
eni ho patriotism
ewu eti ba ne sa ho eni pese me nkomunya mia na be boa me be party na be ma me party awi ni power na be ma me nkrofo edi kan wo bibia enu ne hia me enti no hwan ene edo man one no work my power my Ghana ho a obetimi di ho asi ho say men so me bom ho modene ana be di ma dwen pa be boa ma my Ghana akokan nti sa nyema we ehia na ba kon so a me say me ne doc enya adwen ne voting time
okay
well it's true say ebim etukwan ansa mo timi vote at the same time you share the last election senior easy conduct here now we improve niema sagda say by even 2-3 bebre no ma wi now mrano so say once a nipa di line mu die say time no cross so so manato enti no say by 5 and by 3 ni wi a adenti na say de bia because o hwe bia abetu baby ebi wa e won krase pa say ya to 5 awi ade asa hu se ni adi kwa be kenkan na kenkan mu kra no confusion ho because light ni ho ebi wa light ye dum light ebi wa yesi wo ko center bi ansa wa ko kenkan che se wo hwe confusion bebre asi is because ye pon election too late man nipa nya transparency enyi ntum se Samra ya point, you bet me kind am obi akoma atoniam. Enti say it be pontem. Ne say kinkan no, baby omo mo wi ntem no to be kinkan omo de. No mo nwie no, obi to be to aso akozi so mbe wi a. I me say sa basa ye me ntem ho ase ai wo elections mu bre ka na kinkan mu no. E bet me ateso. Enti e ho de me amadwen se nka yetibi
eye ne 3 na so that by 3 no the odi line mu bia na ama no kwan na wato na ba
to awie kosi say o meto awie ka say ho no sa say ngama
ado can say some of the areas ho ye nkronkuma udo mu ntu be na kanea ne ade kra ne transparency na be asem because meaning baby overseas yakoya election monitoring why you report as media people baby e ballot boxes to kra be free aye de beba but doc how about dwinche mum say kanea na eniwa isi mum empe kanea say no money ECG for ne netco for beti my collaboration no ma na kanea ba and transportation of ballot boxes no be improve ade na cheche was ye de be 3 but the another doc so can say ye de be 3 so a me ko bi kro mu na me ko duru obe 2:30 a ana 3 o'clock na say ne uni line ma fe na obade a wonto and onye disenfranchise ne
well yeah were both advantage and disadvantage and both sides na see it me discussing but then me share one so am awie in terms say the last election be bre na wie by 2 now mo twan ya kun say 5 and sana yes ete akan e ba na sa o twan mu kra no 3d niam ebre tbcc enti say ye hwe ekho no ne say wo wie 2 see it be kind.
Okay.
Obi awie 3, obi awie 4. You can obi a wan wie by 5 no. Wo di line mu nko a, wo tu kwan say kwan ti bia by 5 and now 4:30 no dru krom. No di line mu a wo nto ya you can here. I say it makes some sense.
Okay. But there's also this issue where wow now raising and doc support to say even GDR political parties nan kasa kra benya ewo processing. Because the okay and this opposition thing work say and can answer some time na you maintain no. Say electoral commission for kra say this in etia konya so. Na electoral commission kra koka say be point 3 kra say no to be asem. Even adena consistently parties ni nye gidie wo electoral commission because so the MPP for brand new maame Charlotte say oh we the complete mistrust e wo maame nim. So maame o tiri baby ne friend so o mayor commissioner. So and so no mo na maame we dey onye trustworthy Charlotte Jemensa by the same thing o me I didn't think consistently yen hu say Jabra Ferijan and ya Ferijan e boni yin so abofo so Ferijan wo ho no mu nyina ka ne ho asem me kwa mi so me ne doc me yen center for ye call strong group sa no de Ferijan sa why that mistrust and I Ghana and African thing and that say because America for ni electoral commission make all reporting elections for America we need electoral commission so a federal state in the state bia wo mo committees wo mo no mo hwe about process so ba so mo my about na che but why is it that yen krom hanam de obi anye electoral commission ni sa
quite first point electoral commission kan ho because a particular president bi would the political party bi anim and appoint no and me opposition no me nyini because oba fa obi a ono penasem na obi a obetime manipulate no ana obi obetime use madwen no enti say nipa no meye den matrust no ana o America on system no ye adwuma na on say nipa wo pepa adwen pa akoma pa for o man no wo ho aha no pese menkumnya obi a say appoint ana say ye ma obi position bi a wo ye ma opposition no me hwe say wo ba be ye ni a me pe now no sa adwene no akọ ha bebre because obi wo man adwuma wo a wa point no okwan bi aso be hwe so be satisfy what's obroni da bi o wonu say America no anasi Britain no eye o man amana adwuma enye president amana adwuma into osom o man enye wo president no osom wo now so aha no so o me fa kwan bia so se one please now me fa kwan bia so yiwadi ene sa dia ene me hwe mu so ye polsa manya yi me nkra mu ye na menya ne o pese be ya ye nyimi mfiri ho
nti doc na o hwe petita krama hu say Jemensa oti o say nditi we need another election obeyi na fi wana likely
so makan ye say nya me meka o makan say
o makan so obeyi na fi
o makan part to say o mu ba o kwan bia me fa so obeyi no be now say ye decide we bu o mind nti your problem ntina esi nyina ya tutu adwene ne ya hwe se but ya be tutu adwene ko si sen kra o man se adwene nipa adwene ye nipa adwene wa man yo ho no enye nipa adwene wa politics enye adwene nipa edinya position po enye ebe den no ma akokan ntini ye
do kan be do wakasa pa do ke sasa nto na udi kan ka se eye amanyofo na ye Ghana fo na ankasa so wa na unua do kan pedu so e dey be se Ghana fo na ye to aba no adwene de to aba no kwan so nye de obenya frum de onkonya position no so adwene okuta kran so nye ono so de obenya frum nti no wonder say Ghana na ye sha say ya ria san beti ne ye guso ye ria do ke sasa ntina na no ka che me let us a free fa oko ni kuro mu kra ni kuro mo de sen kra mampon na oka ni kra na se kra de krobo se den krobo na oka se let us otro come e champion say champion me we yo yenye we enye sankofo yi so mbedi omano so mbekuyen asa no a prophet de oka ya so ampa e fasi ba so mo che champion ku no omo che free fa ku no nti de okan adwe money nti no before ye problem kese pa but dog before we call the own pen so no my discover be a point 10 NDC proposal ba kon say ke enche electoral commission mu into e wa wo de ni mo good point 10 and yankoso
6 wo o say IPAC asem yake IPAC emeyemra say IPAC nia wo de mra to so nti afi nia wo ye no yemra kwan enye afutu bio yenka hu say IPAC adwuma no wo ye no wo tofo IPAC no wote 1984 1994 na wote won ye no wote IPAC say emeboa na won kire won adwene ewo abato okwan ayebefa so ene ho nhyehyɛ IPAC nti wo beso abato commissioner asen iyo na sese wo ba be kese wo megina wonan so ya nia abato commission ni independence ayira eyiri mo be sore eso wonkon
okay
hwe IPAC gina ho a wokasa edu ba bi a na sebe won kasa na ye kanka bi iyo wo be den na abato commission betuma ye na adwuma abato commission independent ebe yira ye hwehwe na yeri hu enu nti me ne won nya adwene wo ho dabi afei ne nti ame ne won nya adwene no se edu ba bi a wanhwe ya IPAC betuma so sebe ye mene se manya se ya nya se na ubehu se wanhwe betuma ko constitutional crisis niema bi wo batwentwe won nan ase wo ba bi edu ba bi afei wo bohu se brin repua ye ntuma nto aba hey trouble aba ye nya constitutional crisis enu nti eno de me ne won nya adwene da se IPAC what the mera be hye se you IPAC is say wakasa tumi so won asem wo be kan won fa won kire won adwene wo kire won adwene abato commission beti won otie won na ya sempa o de be adwuma enya sempa obeto wa kire ya asem tietia enu nti NFA ye mera 10 o si ye nche
electoral commission
no yenya fa bia ekasama abato commission no kire one some
dog before be na announcement titwe bi wo hod me we say Kingsby ewo Achimota Kingsby post bi high tension post ejatom ama homa ne bi atete egu manfo ne munumuni fa so panti yesre odum djadwuma ko na ECG say yesre mo aseka botimi akọ na makate power na say de ba ade meche me enko to say obi afrimum Achimota Kingsby high tension post na ewo ho no ejatom ama etitigu o manfo eso na ma say dog mba choto so
Afia wo hwe 10 na o si yenchem kan 10 ho na etiefu nti
10 no ka say yen split
you
mami kan 10 no 10 no say split the EC into two separate bodies, namely an office for the regulation of political party ORPP and an electoral commission EC by amending the Political Parties Act 2000 at 574.
Men won nya adwene da wo che sadim abato commission no wabubu no you wama na ye mrew if say yin nyina na ye na adwuma enu ndi abato commission no pani no da no wacheche adwuma eyirimu be yese na adwuma na no hwe ni nyina se ko pepepe na wo chemu pe wo be mo bi enya ahodin bi se oh you yang na ye se wa abato commission nti ni wura na ye commission no kra fe di on be so hwe nanim esanse we nya tumi bi dabi tumi ntra so ebo man ye ma se nipa ni tumi ni nyina wa abato commission ho ni oda non onani obosomote sa ayiwo friend den abusuanim yiwo enunti na asam ne ebedi so ne nhyehyɛ ne ebedi so nti sa nchemu ne de mene mi wura no me na no mandi so fo no me nyi wontom me no wonya na fe me wo ba akwan a me nte ase
okay
me nte ase ye bi a me nte ase wo ko tu me nte ase
two no say repeal the requirement for consent of the Attorney General to be given before prosecution of electoral offences. Say offences say oh we are Ghana hanyina. This is easy AG. And advice.
Article 88.3, 88.4 a church is any man nyina. Na den na yenyi say twomen. Na kwa du no. Hina no mebo.
Exactly.
Ho na madwene mu yeme na. Me ntia say hina no mebo sa kwa du no. Wo constitution article 88.3 88.4 Ochira Attorney General na hoden ni tumi a ode bokwa adu na sa neman na use e de sa court ye betiwi Attorney General Davi emma hokra nti hina no mpa so nipa ayi wo friend den iPark fui NDC fui na to da bia wonye ayi wo friend abato commission ni wonye akuaku bi ni nti se nei ukese wo friend den Attorney General o mebo kwa edu kra hina no mpa se nipa na oba be boss akwa edu na so obeje na di ehom adwenu mu ye mena ehom adwenu mu ye mena minim na hina no be appoint se nipa na so nipa no be appoint so obeje na tum eho efe 8 eno so menti ase obi efu ahwe 8 wo
number 8 nko number 8 say number 8 or say legislation should bind the chairperson of the EC as a returning officer of the presidential election to afford the agents of the participating political parties and candidates full participation in the collation of presidential election results at the EC's National Collation Center.
Mentiase intimidate say what chire mu a ya ba mentiase den na ekoso den na won ahu aye hu ye den na won ate ye nte ye mi je say ye ngaja no wo ba na wo ba chire mbete afue me ko bi manka bi wochi metietie ne wo kan sama chire wo ne ame ne won ya adwene ne ame ne won ya adwene me nso me chire ma adwene ne ame chire ma adwene ni ma adwene ne say yenye ku bia yan atew enya aban no betew yemfa ma civil society fo ntew na enyina ne nan so ku a yenyina ye beji won adi omanyi ye woni pa bi a won hotew sabe ye woni pa bi a ye ji wondi ye woni pa bi a nkeka ni won ye fa won a ye ntew sa ku na sa ku no mehwe se ye ba beto abai ya ye nhihye obiara a obeka kasantwi obiara a obeye obeso ja ati omanmu ha obiara a wo kasa no obi ntwe aba otuo no so nipa na sa mpanimfo no nkyire wudin na wonfa ma radio fu ni TV fu so asemasi oyo man boy ni muntu ababan naming and shaming say yenya sa ku na efe wo so kasa na ba bonje obi asuro obi ba be kasa o hwe ni e say ku ni so ni mu a wonfa nchen na no no ndisi fu anka me so ne amekani e so kan won ade na o se munyi bimfim na mfa binga me de ere kan won ama won ayi me de kan efe
but eno nye peace council for are they not doing something like that? But I won't find my radio for mom there.
Yeah, one from my radio for one asomani ye kan ye nsuro amayenka.
Okay.
You. Yam from my radio ni TV. Obi afu ya me na me gina ewe kropon ya me constituency. Na me ye nieme maka kase bien. Monto aba makwa mesa anti otom ongowu. Asam tietia. Asam tietia.
Na mama asam magana de. Omun kase nkofo no munye independent as they are supposed to. Because say NDC ni na kase tia no kase we MPP.
They be saying about anypa. Obiefue yenga pa onipa na je won atom nti won na reka say wo so ogia beto men ha 2004 na me editor wo heritage wo se Ghana be show Ghana be say Liberia ne ho niama saka say wo pese Ghana ha ye Liberia won so wo pese obedi o man so dan asem ni sa no man ya ye ni dabi say nipa yentu won so sa ye mpa won so ntama na obi yehu ye nwuro won yentu aba ma won ye won sa ba kwa bien wo ho bedwo ne atuso ya bien electoral commission usho mengi mrapong ne mre wo ha amani tumi so onye na dwuma na den na duba bia ne nankoko ma mre won fe se ne nankoko ma mre mo fe duru pa bi nsrasa nankoko mo nya den no nyina nan so nya dwuma na wo se party fo no submit audited account sa mra no woni ne ping ne awantuma anye no twena so say se wi ni fi party se mu a ina fi mu tietia e fi se usho mengi a party bebire a wo paper so nanso woni form obi yehu so wo show menye mra ba bia o kire wo se ese party bia no yehu wo mensing ba bia be ye o hanchem bia dunchem be ye se edioson ne ho niam yehu aden na mmara no wofuma asotwe wo ho
Ti wa hu say electoral commission for ya mre
mmara
no be ya adwuma na bi
party ye journalist na ye bisa electoral commission say nti auditors account no wode ba no wonfa ma abato commission tumi nyi anoda ka kira abato commission osura oni odi nsuro mmara no ma no ho kwan twobi achima pam no ere ma hwe hwe wo hwe omenhu ha e two party state won nyina party ye mmara wo na wonfa mmara so wo clear won na eketu a omenyi ko nanim anuane ye two party state by design
dog kan tie mu ye
nya me kire ne se wonni mmara so na se wo so mfa mmara asotwe wo ho se asotwe ne se ye yudin fi party fo nwomema ye yudin afi
na ye betimi yi party bi di afi Ghana ama asumje ba ha
ade na asumje ma efia woko article
NDC na MPP woko kan mu bia ntokwa
efia woko article 55 clause 70
okay article 55 clause 70
17
okay
55
okay 17 okay me subject to provisions of this chapter Parliament shall by law regulate the establishments and functioning of political parties.
Ade na parliament into me some party for more ye bibia.
Regulate krada.
Wo be tuma regulate mra nini. Mra pom nini.
Na mra wa ye adwuma da.
Parliament no onyifa anya adwuma ye ho. Enu nche se ni ho. Eye mra ho. Parliament hu se mo nea mo ye mo be soja to men ha. Emfa hwe ma wo de mra ba obi ahun bejo. If it's parliament mran e kan onipa bia.
Na parliament na kaso mo mra na o ma dis we wie na o ma ko regulate political parties. In any case doc omo te parliament no omo nyina free the same political parties here who come as nti ebede no omo nya akukuduro mo matimi a check yo
ya kan sa na che say yere kan say parliament de mre bi ye mo man esa na say re mo ya won awore nye da bi
okay
eno ne yan achia no
okay
parliament mi ye mra won kura no sabe anya won de na mom otua yan ano mra ne then is the will of the expression of the people nya ye pe na eye ho eno ne mra eno ya ne si ye wuza nkrofo wi ade a yese mu amusi ye ngane mu ncha mra se obi obi wi ade no won fa ntu afiase
dog okay hwe maso kakra Ghana ha won say parliament a hye mra ye be ye se ye pe o ma ye even ade against their will
mama ma ba ko ayi wo friend den domestic violence
okay
afiase na nkrofo so parliament mpe na nya mra
omo ye yi na frimo spousal rights na ye ka se ni jo omo ye frimo
domestic violence enya mra
ayemra mom de
asem tietia daachi bi obi mra no fa bi meka ho obi mra no nyi bi mfim san wode yo man enu nti wuri ntumi nkese ne parliament se ne wo ye nti wiase parliament ye benya wo Ghana ha nyina sa na obe wo ka sa ade a na wabu nkumfo se je se wore sabe wo nya ade pada obe ye nti yemfa ye hu se obiara wonni mra so no abato commission nya kokuduro se look say na tese wo ye say na no nye nti ye yudin afi ebi se bebre no krambo no hwe wo hwe minor parties efi 1992 ma ye research ahwehwe mu basis 2020 obi anko obi on 4% wo nyina wo kan wo ma what about we nya 4%
parties in
wo nyina mekaja
omunyi yes omunyina from 1992
basis 2020
all political parties in 4%
there be one tra hoye
and necessary and third force na ye kan wa say
third force so na dey agene na ye kire nenu onso mengi a two party state what is a two party ye wo party bebre na ebien na wotumi wo na kade wo ne estese party bia wo na wotumi di win power na wo form government NDC MPP
but doc sa sunti ni say woko council sa parliamentarians enye mra bi a ebetia any of the political parties
min kese vacancy aye mere kire ne say abato commission fa ne nansi for na ne te say party fo ye no wonye wo say te say yehu party no wo mensing babia horo bebre so eno ne yehu ana wetia mrada ati so wotwe waso
aba esono no ba ono ka
say me ma so na mekan no odan na mmeretian
o dem em so de wadwene ko 55
exactly
na o kan
yes na me kire say eye mre wo ho parliament case obeya hina no betuma ezi no ba
o party say parliament omo nye da because omo parliament
two any say tie we ya ebe dey no
case parliament re nye da we yes ha na kire say parliament wo ma won say esen wouldn't to mean your head.
But okay, see also not being realistic. Said they are all
if it is affecting realistic. If it is affecting a particular party,
wouldn't is a parliament to me a mrebia, one ankasa no wounding coma, one anino, so obey. As I say, one to one, yes. Munkai was a one, wouldn't mini if we are men young aye reporters for parliament wonim pa wonte wo ho nti na ye etore bi na ye bo won hanya ye se wo ye be mo be fie na won ho afi asepo wonte wo ma won ho na biribi an so ye nkan hu se wo won sinto medietum na oman no wodwen ho and no day parliament wodwen oma hwe wotumi ne ndc hey wori obi are chiro obi are na wori hemra wo be hemra mra wo hye a etia ede nkrofo ko jail won a na hye nso ye de wo mu bi ko jail na no so ye
ya abuga pele
yes parliament fo ekuwe bi na won fa hansi han wotumi hemra bi na abanga be yusu no de jail biri mo wo mu na no so ye parliament no wo problem na mo yenye ntu e o many da won koma
okay dog the open parliament for sempa but
democracy no what ya
and the problem ne parliament I think
what Latin expression you know say sini era studio without hatred without passion ade na your public office adwuma na we ye me ye enye se me donti anasa metan wonti parliament no we won adwuma wo won sinto enu nti na ye ne etwe won aso say ne am ye wanye ne intimento abama
okay dog one can two interesting points about the third force and say reality and say why in the next 20 years third force
men can 20 years
me in my exaggeration and the career in the near future and say third force because me okay identity aka me come and say me obi am gidi say nka third force bi beba am ye nyina support say third force wa ba GF NDC ni MPP
woni me ndia
but the reality now can it say ebe ye ding
if you say niema factors bebre niema bebre ba ku a edikan say party abienyi wontini afifia ma wontini ko pre was a party
CPP no
CPP won grofu bi akosha party nkitwe num na wo mu te say moles wo kan no de abetu abonten wo de abere yim wo ye mu fa adwen wo de abetu abonten say NFA parties no mpanimfo no nso ntumi nketwa no wontere se nwen hu enyina won nan so say ne ayeye ni wo tietie party ni bia wo da so di won mpanimfo a won atwam de daada won sama no no wo tietie etore yi nkroma yesi no mo ne metore bi wo boko no wo ka kwa me nkroma asam yi kwa me no ababuo manyi there's no doubt about that na ne mo re den atiaso
exactly
eyen sem bebre enu nti ama parties na conform na e kire wo so manyi e two party
and na omo ntumi resurrect
many case woni ntumi
but yes yes
we hia nkonya
I don't know about opepa no because wo hwe sa third force ayi hwe ya ebu be 4 or 5 from Nkoma East now so many come home just because we be a person presidential candidate we be a person we meanwhile tell your dog okay for the since this in 4% kura muntimi nyai enti no
enyo ba ko wonyi nara
exactly munyina muntimi nyai enti then chese se mu kam hu bo mu a nka be boa mo na nso mo dwen sa da bi eduru so a obo bia be ko na di no akotwisu
na doctor me so ba ko kan hwe ayas eyensem bebre anya asem tietia akeke ne enti yete sa what to miss party for na kase to miss sponsor nkrofo kom o ye meeting ayare mpre musi sa gina dabi no wo kura moment
indum ni CPP asem nyina ho na fi
efe wo be hu nipa bi kura ti radio station so won so wo kasa ma party edu be bia na wo kasa ma party foforo na hu ne eyensem bebre enu nti ebeche wo hia nkonya wo hia adwuma ye wo hia niema bebre
magic but doc now raise point I think also a very important part lack of patriotism kuma pa any opepa ye ni number 1 as Ghana for number 2 as political parties nti no ebe ye dinkra say ye be ni ahyehye oman na me na oman na ye to even the extent that animal ye can ko betimi implement oman nkoso ni ye yo say ba your man betimi nti ye ntumi nu abroche for level because of this lack of patriotism yo
say for my country will say oman ye wo mu nipa ni adwempa e wo bibia ho nka oman Ghana hwe hira Nyankopon hira ye just wo bibia ma oman bia kokan ma oman bia chance ma oman bia timi develop ma optimi omani je wie paye wo bibia oman Ghana ye obi e ko ba ne sen oko Holland akopacha oko Switzerland akopacha so mo ma loan e de na mo wa Ghana ye ni bi e de na mo de ko ba ne sen ni Yankopon sadi be nyina che asache asase pa my cocoa sadi gas oil aka ho ne sorry I was so dem Yesu nyame dem ni Yankopon enye maye nyame so ye maye nyina wa ye wie what is left with us has nothing to do with God it has everything to do with us. Nipa adwen ye. Na adwen ye. Ukoma chese obi ma wadwuma kra no or dwen ya onu benya free mu. Uko even to say placement of even students nursing school kra ebi mu charging. Oba we nursing school kra ope posting obi e na kwoto wa there be ope greater kra or 5,000 to man san na wasesan edwe free wa aba greater kra. I mean just school heads just be any wa corruption edi na say ni pay so ne obenye sika akogina elections ame ato ama no say o medi yeso ana say bia onye MC ana say bia okwa MP adwen ben ena o de be di sa post adwen nye akoma nye de bia ye ka attitude say ni person di pass o attitude no enu mo nka o say na sorry tretre ewo Ghana na so for adults ni bishop na archbishop adults nka I say Ghana yet be fine too peripheral the more and tretre no the more corrupt people are, the more wicked, the more selfish. So the big question is what are the churches doing? Gospel ben any can ni penti bin sakra emfa or pepa na dwempa entan yeman mu can Ghana population over 70% they are Christopher. Now so dream kan prayer nti Christopher no he obi sha so dem e bompa ye one answer na politics one na politician one na accountant one na engineer one na public service one na immigration one na police for here bebre dey bi obi ja kwan so jiji sika yo I mean nyame so no we your problem adwen ye akoma ye enti o my Ghana say na ye kan ebe ya enya America o na enya Britain o ya ni yesu ni adwen ye enti ebe ka so yesi samu sisa free NDC kwa MPP for buy then you MPP for NDC oh chese nti uti say ye wo adwuma yo na adwuma yo no nka media ma adwen say nka sorry wo big role. The church has a big role in all of this, but
the church is also corrupt.
Too corrupt. And now no be cause if I do call asori bi so am call auditing. Was it kebe kunu class was started. Sad will be kind. Was it oh what did start you mbekunu. Eh worse. So yeah what problem. I know they said the two abrofo ho abrofo ye so different. Yes we be better. Nti woman will be abanjuma hwese obi aye late keke to parliament na so nkobe answer question anyway late no enti no or patch profusely say or kwan fa so ile or patch but all can asim we nyina no because of that I resign late ba Africa time nti oye late cry normal yeah what problem nti ye hian sakraya ebetime me nipa nya adwenpa first because adwen nya abrabo pa bi eni ho a ebeyi akuma no so enye ni de bia ni tan or tan akayo Afia say oti aye adwuma kra ho hia ye binum kra no oh eti ka o hwe adwuma wo ye like sister me bom pa ma no then me kan ashen crying what me adwuma no ka no kan ka wotu no atwa hwe na chazi wototo nan otwia wo no unim kasa chen obia adwenye
yeah
enti ye wadwuma ya ewura your profession ewura ya warrior mu ewura ya setira mu ewura ye bibia ye mu HS Ghana ye wadwuma ye say ebi go ho ebeka but kasa no nko ano enye adwuma kosi se nipa benya adwimu sana ba bon chere adwimu foforo ye onya adwimu foforo ye so benya adwin foforo Afia ka say no me rap politics mu a me hu se eni bebre tosi eni man ko kan obre wo ho hwe wo ko kwan so sesi ahwe nipa gina kwan so a ye ton ade owie mu osuo mu nipa de enyi nipa pa mpo nya emobo obi akọ pension ne pension sika kra no okọ akọhwe papers kra one for envelope and share obi nsem a pensioner wicked who just envelope and akọhwe na envelope man nipa is what so them cartons
Doctor Santi asem na waka
it's your problem
asem waka no dey bi asem waka
no your problem
enya sorry na be transform Ghana
but sorry na be transform Ghana because when na ma sorry so nipa be nya nyame adwene ni se onya nyame adwen a nyame adwen
na yakofa ya adwen aba so emu nti we don't even work with onyakofa adwen
nyakofa adwen
but don't get relate ya adwen ya asem we ya na just say even asem a ye kan bebebe NDC MPP na wo allude to earlier na say ye de brofo a ye kan na twi ne de ya ye kan nyina no it's not likely say in the next 20 years no ye betimi ehun nkosuo bi ewo Ghana because nka amanyosem ni abato ho asem a ye kan nyina ene se nka ebenya ni papa di Ghana anim na nka o ma na tumi akọ na it's not likely say ebenya
again likely because adwen nkra dipa the post and a position anye adwen nya just no kan asem say bia me person me leading me be kumi homa ho na me boa wo no no ni yedi mu o cha o tika mu a wo pepepe wo firi kwa mu ma no kwa ma ntwa mu nti ono yedi mu ahu nipa wa hwe se public service yes a public servant so and a civil servant onyanya ne post na public boss civil boss nti ono mom esokoto sorry no enti sa adwi we ukwa bruchi a wo obi ye managing director kra osom adwuma wo ye bi wo asori ma we dikin kra wo serve but how many nipa post hwe me nti be ma atwe obi village chief mentality
do you see say no be what your politics man na NDC ni MPP dey ya mo ekoso yi say for instance one MPP wo opposition yeah na okay that's am no manka and no mo ba power no so see ehun NDC so mo opposition sure in some mo ba power is another thing is it that village chief mentality no ana
adwen no ni na adwen no enti obe na da kwan so na atro kwan so o mo me power me ba ma abeson mo me pe mu yedie mu me pe se mo kọ kan obe kan na man power wi afe ochina wugina kwan so kra no ama no kwan o de ka betwi afa so wahu enti ye wo problem sa problem me feel say for me ma adwen kwan de the church has a big role because nka ka the church a wona wo Nyankopon adwen a o de sa nyame adwen ebewura ye mu ama ye nyame suro enti bibia na wo ya wo be adwen say minua ye die mu minua kanko minua asitra pa ana obra obre no ha wo mu yade eposa no ombra okwa mefa so aboa no enti na ebe di post but deeper this adwen
doc ma menye wadwen on point 10 no the point 10 no ka say I say you split it easy into two bodies namely an office of regulation of political parties and electoral commission like the omo years see omo govern electoral commission that means political parties act or say no what is this
I know many doc here adwen say me omo ya adwen ye because well so can two separate bodies are why na one to control
exactly
why ena ebe kasa ma hwan afa because we autonomous ebe dan ena mo ade obo ni de enyia so nim say panfo mi ni kwa the post eba omo Ghana ha say na me ka adwen no nti obi a pese o chese meme de na ye meme ni me otumie nti e say o come under me confusion e dey by electoral commission
okay.
And that confusion we must
avoid
it using every means possible say be ya yes your department we obia wo na dwuma o ye na ni nyina mu your supervisor say bibi to chima ye bitima holding responsible me face say no ne ebe boa o man no
the doc menji wadwen chambi so on the third force no we say na me busa doc say asante about third force need the strength of the third force no ka say omu nyina akra put together smaller parties ko munya 4% nti IPAC discussion I don't even know how influential they are nti I say agitum say Ghana a two-party state. Well, should we do something that is backed by law? I bet make us okay. A two-party state because from your history, you won't say into two na.
I know you say ye because one say mrano ma kwan say we be bit me gina.
Okay, freedom of association.
Exactly. Enti I know can say ye. But then me nyanka message say nka say ye hu NDC enough. And ye hu MPP enough. Nka Ghana for yen fire ho adwene. Say ye penipa wo mo adwen pa ma akoma pa ma o my Ghana ne nipa no ewo mu no mo yidi mu enti nka ebenya sa adwen na ye tweka ho abomu a nka that was be possible but any adult kan no sa two parties ye hu se sa nipa start ma mo ho so sa me pe o me use o one kasa of agents I make sure say it doesn't happen but ye Ghana for so no ye nipa ye adwen mu do
and then I to me enyi ehun free NDC ni MPP nko asumi no na yen try other political parties
kakra obedient kakra ibodi o twe ho obedi no nya biadi kakra ibedi aha ye survivor keke no
here yen change command that
aha me pe biadi a wo se o man dachi o man ni de se o ho ma yina eti even to kill aso be ku ho ama man no kra ye ni bi obi ku no ho a o ni obenya nti o jese kakra bi ene wa adwen pa koma pass me ku ho ama o man Ghana majority de oboa no benya free mu ono ni post obenya ne ka kese ni dan kese obenya tramu ene hia no your problem.
Okay. Me kind messages the dog no masa ba ho na hechu Ebenezer Sitefia Yakupon sha me wo UAE na me hwemo no na Hassan Yonan o say me hwemo live wo pa koso e Kumase o say in fact the dog ko kan no Ghana needs serious change na development na ye hwehwe yetumi akọ anim ablade wo fie kuma na o ka se fia me de me catch our doctors o studio thank you to president different a different crowd. Remember when you be say the same. I'm telling MPP say this thank you talk is different from campaign. Mama no, and your campaign crowd no you that's it. So a man to have mama no lose you no so that's more they no no. Ken o Poku Kusinos in fact also on the background be UTV fair. Okay, yeah that's it. Kofi Amono say good morning. Please ask NDC say if they will go to the IPAC meeting the next time because it's not enough say Otia Bonte now ma 30 points. Abra we for IPAC meeting onko call this person say please catch NDC ni MPP for say Ghana enye more tom. Yes you better try third force no. Collins na dog ko kan. Mon try third force na munye also be quiet and no the way ba Farouk Otamale no say the current EC leadership no and he will not get their way easily in the 2020 elections. Here no need there ma NDC for a was serious issue no and Francis Kabano say people must stop NDC and MPP comparative analysis and just fix Ghana na dwen cheno no bash and say even American Trump kra no said the same things about elections. Ghana your election problems are and ya dey be limited or isolated to Ghana. Game Boy G no say where were you when the 8 people were killed? I didn't hear you people talking. Na yeah police people are killed. Police want to effective arrest oh. Yeah talking cry ain't you bia. Ablade Makan message na Cassidy afo no say him we show no dey me o Cape Coast na me very very solid show pa nene bitai no say good morning vim lady I hope you are doing well. O doctors in Penifo dey omo abin papa omo kasa na me enjoy discussion na no pay mo dey brain no Leviticus e work so no say agenda 111 na hospitals ayesi na nanado na ban e no beye ni nyina ogiri so betimi aye adwuma e be so mo Ghana pa na Pulus e no say good morning pa mo kaso and I me shamo na agenda 111 they created thousands of jobs. In the NDC for power they say no tin no kwakwa 30 points no forget because a bedding say we on besan aba a power beam. Integrity no ka say my biggest problem with the manner at which in which all government officials who have been elected in Gomwa have neglected the town is the biggest problem if you have me was so omu nyina omu fi Gomwa nyina ye to aba ma omu wie ye no everybody has forgotten about Gomwa and omu akasa omu ye de omu pe but they do election the same people will come back and tell us say ye to aba no emma omu ko YouTuber Sam Davis no say you are campaigning for third force look into your eyes and tell me which party you want presently we Ghana wow here said the doctor Santi e kan ye papa ben ena ewomu Nana Kwame Opasco no say me hwe mo live from Efutu na menchia me godfather champion Alexander Afenyo Mark and Afia thank you for the good job out here doctors have been papa no krana no mo kano na senka ye de adwinche be ye adwuma anko my Ghana be ko nanim pa na edu jemfi brobe no say can't there be a law in the country that can also regulate churches and he said the omo nkofo ya kwadwro e wo man say a time and come de be kwakoya adwuma no wo mu gina so dem no mo ye hiri baba kacha Dr. Mpedu say wakasa asama da me koma so pa na John am here and say the so called youth who are led by or say emrantie bi obubo mu din wa ha they should have a third force and to reinforce and charge the party but omo mu fix the country ni ade nyina wo ka chom so mo nkoto a o mesan to am NDC ni MPP and na doc can research no 4% all the small political parties combined. Ghana pona ye we say we want to face Ghana but we are still following NDC and MPP. Nti better than affect it. King Holmes was a politicians like my cancer e wo manyi I am sure master man can a big problem na beba Lucy Mensa no say if you me hwe mo pa good job and then no doctor for no in fact and o ma kasa papa and afi e first Abdul Hakim o say true talk pa a change in attitude adwe money ne kuma bone ni suba money ne de te Ghana hand dey answer sane anye orientation Ghana ye yon de ebeche papa ansa na ba JC no say the church is one of the most corrupt institutions in Ghana na church o mosque o yan se ye suba ho a Ghana no ye beche and afi ye friend say I'm here maka o de Jeff Boachi Yadom say you guys mukra muti studio ho kra men cha se mo papa what point ade enya Ghana for and afi Alfred Zipli o say every Ghanaian is corrupt enti Ghana no de be den pa se be sesan but there Dr. Mpeduka and obi aye corrupt be there are very few people la omonso ntisa ya table so we ya righteous people there but no so nche se obi aye bone so what I say ha enti obi e no send message say na won so obi aye bone for evidence bring so ho na Tefano o say good morning fellow Ghanaians how amoye Ghana constitution na was yes because we know what is wrong with the Ghana constitution but necessary no enso akwakoye problem ama Ghana for say if ya o doctor say na o do o mabado o ma bin pa anti maintain o mo na ya watai e de o mabado Dr. Sasante remember one the other point we the positives and the negatives so me
wo ba kwa bi e kem
e wo doc de no
da bi anya doc de mo e kem na nia miji NDC fotum ene nanso we security no me ka Cambodian experience ade ba ku bi wo ho abija wo ho ene o hwa abato e kotu ya yehu ade bi menye ni se wo pe doctor nso pe
nipa na ewu yin
wo betutu atuo na hey nipa fi ho no nga kan aba abobo
yeah
Afia yenga yesua political science unya ye saade ne pe nia obroni beka say why introduce a dangerous variable into the electoral equation and then okay say 92 yakwa akoto aban na ayi nkrofu wi abam wia efi ase edu baabi na fe nkrofu tumi be ma ballot box no wota won na police fugu won so efi edu baabi wo de macho metia emu anyin be hunehuna nipa efi wo ha no wa beto ahye nipa bi so mokan no hey nafua nyina no yensi wa no ye na yen agya yen asan ahwe ama nkrofu wo de yen akwa another level nkrofu abetutu atuo so nyankopon ani ehu afofi na next abato obi nso tam yen kotu baabi fofora aya asam mi gedi say ewurade beti empa bo man empa nkosa okwan no e dangerous way enunti se wo hwe ndc fo soldier security na obiara nyentum se ade ehu yen pa esan se yefom ho na so okwan na menye ni se ebe wo bapa man afei meka me proposal meka say EC omo modern so de nang base form na ode article 5514 AB
okay
5514 AB omfanye adwuma if we are
5514 AB or say political parties shall be required by law to declare to the public their revenue and assets and the sources of their revenue and assets, and B, to publish to the public annually their audited accounts.
Obviously, one sources of revenue. Corruption katasesha ewo menwa. Ne kase fi ho. Hina normal wonsika. Aya wo be hu se hwe wo be se hu sa ade a enye nkonta akase bia. Hwe billboard. Wo ye ba ko bo ya he. Wo ye petit 275 constituency.
Yes.
Ba ko kura ye 100 Ghana e ya he. Na hina no tua sa sika.
Na ba TV.
Yo, wa ba TV no ho niam. T-shirt. Me no ti dan mu ha na t-shirt ho asem bai. Election campaign t-shirt. A wo ye. Hina no ma won say. Hwe wotumi kodi take away gu. Baby a wo ye campaign na wo ko na egu ha. Enya asem kata me no so wo ba kai a ye hwe Legon bra MPP ko primaries Legon Monte so take away a na egu abonten won. University is one plant and won ko. Hina no tua sa den. Hina ukwa America. So we individual obaako na wo pese wo ma party sika and this wo tra $5,000 $1,000 wo be ko jail wudin so wo be kire wo be tua abonten afua wo na wo ma sa sika yi obi ahu adwuma wo ye ni so we group na wo be ma wo nko beyond $5,000 wo tra wo be ko jail wo mara nen esa ne say wo ye ne say wie na fo nwa publish wudin no obi ahu nti o kire bi abang ne buy na abang awo party na wo ma won sika no wo be nya atumen wo bo so wo the contract amount na nkrofu di achi asem ni ahaye sa asem ye pasam ye surasem yes ye pese fight corruption sa di obi ankasa wo den na party fu nya sika na wo de fa ne party yesi wompi wo be kira ase obi entumenka Afia yare ko yen anim no etisi etumi hwe saade niema mukasa nyina no political science ne yawo mu na say ye wo weak institutions endina doctor kan oh ye ni opepa ye ni say a weak institution say institutions no institution na ne den enye parliament nkwa enye executive nkwa enye judiciary mra procedure processes norms and all that it is enye adwuma oh nia wo be ye bia wo be ye agu enu nti institutions no ye kwa ngani mu ye mamunya den na enye se obaako institution enu nti ejebi wu ejebi tuase obi wo adwuma bi mu na so ofi ho a okwa na echi no enwu wo ye adwuma no pensa no wo ye Afia me na mpanifu ya wo nyina mu je de se ye wona na mabrochiri a police ne cherew se wa kaka basa bi wa park o ba bi a o the neck ticket be ma okay see you in court thank you wasero o ye na adwuma se na so ye so ye adwuma se na ye hwehwe anim yesuro ye ma nnwuma ni bia ye den hwe police fu atore bi a ye pese ye chere one way aya na da bia medwon ho se police adwuma ye den wo kwa ha ye chere one way wo fa wanye den bio wo mu se won so sinto bi wo won adwuma ho nipa baako abien bi na mo police adwuma esansa aban na opa wo mpanimfu nti ama adwuma na won den o chere obi say hey that boy in your custody release him thanks for your cooperation. Who says I'm going to cooperate? But hey, the police officer has no business than to comply. Sani man meduma ye one thing. So what I say ye kono ye dwinwen se be sakra nyema mu. Okwan a ye betuma de asakra sa nyema mu se e bedu ba bi a ye benya se aban tumi a owa opa police fu ni security fu mpanimfo no enye ku foforo kra na e power. Eno be bua ye. Police fu be yi won adwuma meka agya wo be ye na kronkron ama wani agye. Hwe police fu da bia won example a me de ye adwuma a eye me de. What do one nancy from? Say one ma obia obekaka ummo seat belt no ina na okaka won kran ha almost seat belt ina na wo so ba no won ne ubi hu bia seat belt editwa wo mene obebo police fo no ma won kwa obeyo adwuma nti e kire se mranya adwuma ye mfa mranya adwuma democracy no obeka obeye biribia mranya adwuma what opetetio efei aban bia ntu ne nansi wo se obeku etia okom Afia ni ye kan nyina wo se oyi ni adwene pa oyi nye te kakra ebedi eyokom
dok kan se kakra ebedi
eyokom hwe so kom di obi a onya adwene kora nwen oman ho nti ameka no sa nse kwa brochiri oman anwon akwa anim food enya de a obi dwen ho isane se anojofa ye den a nsa bakona onya adwuma kora unemployment benefit wo man sika kra to nukotokum to aduan di odi bi aye niema bi what a man ne odi bakwa to Range Rover adam eno sa na odi nya adwuma da bi enu nti se okom wo ha emu nipa kora ntumi nwen na man ho you odone man emom ohwe ne obedi nti ete se otaforo political party bi ne mpabo ya se fia obetaforo oyi ade na nya miwura koso nti obi a sa ne man okom se yin ntua so wo men ha ebe how edu be bi na utume ma onipa ho hwenhan na o kire na adwene obeka kire wo wo de hwe afia wo be hu se sebe mofra aduan ne ne ma ho nya won den no wo kasa tumi so pa anti sa dia wo ye mani enye ho meka kire wo I'm sorry but I have to tell you wa ka kire opin you na okomba na obi no be ma aduan a da bia no sister afia dan wo ya wa nya wo bekora da bia sam na wo ka kire me sa de no is an a hungry man is an angry man.
Okay, nti aho chema nipa ton.
Aho ton ade nti hwe mereba ho yekoto aba yentumi yang na wotie who can constitution o say the political will the power spring from the sovereign will of the people. Yang na tumi wo yengo ye be kwato aba na obi the matches box aba who buya 50 Ghana wasma na wo de tumi ache no. Hey dan asemuni. Esa so yokom. Me ne benifu yete obi wetu the matches box abayemfo obegwan agya wo ne mpaboa wo fie da bia me ka kire yen school fu se aya won kan kire political party fu se political science department yan so ye Ghana fu aya wo meye campaign wo ho na akra wo ho a wo betumi anya won obi a mada esa ne se ebia wonyabre no wo ba ebia daachi wo baba na wo betumi de bentu ya campaign aba keko campaign aba na ubegwan agya wo mpaboa wo hu se neten enu nti se ye bɔ modern se ye bema obi ansa akona no kakra no ho ne ma sa ne mai wo di t-shirt ba orinje afia obi ama o t-shirt da no obi ari ntumi kura mfa ma anyum if you say we di meko begu nani obi ye ni obi won so ya na atare kora edura wo mu nyina asa ndi t-shirt na be na atare obehye sansam no efei ade ba ko ye wo mu no say ye modern say socialization
okay
ebetena efei aya na biribi ya pese ye manyin awie university polytechnic no sabri ne yetu wonfo o sadi wonye wonfo mu man wonya ya abofra wotetew no wo sabri no so ya waye nkurumensenyi o nkurumensenga ubuemu sabri no wonye wontetew abofra owo fie no ye nkyere ne yete se ye kyere okọ suku di bi beka ho okọ asora nsori mu nsori de nsori ba wode wonde beka oye kremonia oye abosonsonfo ma wonso wode wonde sa won obia de ne de ka ho a ubohu se afei socialization no awie peye aya school curriculum so what as school syllabus ne niam o church no won ma yentete pa me abofra no na yesua civic education wo kire wasede ne yetese wo ye omangba ene ne yentese wo ye enei so what as sansem no wo ho nso ye munya den ye mamunya den ye mfamfi mufra na se no wonyina won amfi ho ne nga nkire won se wiase de wo ho na eyesika owu onkwam we yesika nti wo nso obi kwa kokum obi enya sika obi for kwan hunu so odi enya sika sa socialization ye ma emunya dem na ye wo biribi ye from political culture say ye kire wo na ye ma ontete opa na wutumi hu say aban ya aban na ye wa aban o ya ade na ompa wutumi ka wutumi ye say wutumi kire wadwene wo ho ye tumi kire nipa mu sa for so kwan no so ebebwan na fe vigilance is the price of liberty. Ye fe ye ngani ase hwa aban enu nkire se metan aban o aban mu rei saade ya wo ye entasum enye meka kire open na mere mpren next time no se wo koso ye bia meto wa kire meto aba meto atia eya se mu tietia aha ye kokko won a wodi o man so dodo ye kokko wom oh in the wisdom of so and so and for the first time ye dan asemuni se na ga na ye ni abakoma say ye oh my kokko wo kan ni book na also when you begin to glorify politicians they become swollen headed and it takes them off course won't it my kokko kan no my politics in Ghana 1972-79 hey wom
mpacho kan quote ni biom
politics in Ghana also when you glorify politicians they become swollen headed
and
it takes them off course
na mo refide
yeah they want so oh you the first time in the wisdom of you know kajiro se manto am obi o wisdom so ngodi meso in the wisdom of so and so and in the first time oh e bin see that then asemuni yan kan samono se ne yaka sini era studio without passion without hatred without affection without sympathy no mereka eye ne kwan so na meka enya se metam enya se medo mi ese mi je wo adwuma me ye interview wa kire so hwe ma ye interview ese mi je eno nkire se wo ye MPP ni nti enti se me nyo ese wa ban wo mi ye MPP ni nti mi nkowu okom nko me debi if I'm qualified on meritocracy what pass here me anan me no nti na me fao me ntan nti na man fao no sini era studio all right if you are yamra continuous education ye nkire sansem yi afue omen mu ha ni papa wo men mu ha o aya mu men yire mfi na ye nyere se o omen mu ha de ye nyina adwenomone ne ho ne ma dabi ni papa wo ha wodoso na ye hu won ye na obi wo hokra onya onti asem ne ye asem ne nka ne wo ka kire na nenko obasakra na adwene enu ndi na sa de urugbo yi ye mu bi ye baso ye ni university ade kire se wo kire ade wo ye research na wo ye extension ya kire yenso ye de yenim de beboa oman ne bi ni ndi ye koso kire nipa bi fia kwan a enye no so no wo bo kwan pa no so yen koso mo sa dawuru kozi da ewurade be sanga ba bi o na no kwan nenen na afi ye modern se democracy ye po ye mpo ye beji agina ho owumo nkwamo democracy so wo hwa amanga mo akokọ anim anya na wo ye yo saa ba bi a ye nenam ho a yesu a ye tietie mu a ye hu ene ye nkrofo te se ye ntumi nya se ye ntumi mu ho wo mu omani ye no ho ne ma wo nyina ho afa so kwan no so enu nti ye nam so ya ye nka ye ho se da ne se efe ne efiase ye be ko enim na mum nya de wo ye ngase mu ne se wo hwe ne ya ye we examples ye wo susudua bebire wo ho a ye betuma fa nti kwantenten a wo fa so no enti se ye fa so ne eni won ama okwan aye tia ma ye se ye to ye ngani kosa na ye mani nyina na ye getum na ye me aban hu se aban tiasio aban ni ho yen na ye yaban
okay
se yen ntumi anyantum na bibia ye se yaban ne de ye te se onyamedi na fi soro ama yen no ho ne ama yen ne yaban ye ma ban hu za ndi yaban ya de ne nye ya twena so to abetian ere ma hwe.
Very fantastic point now. Doc, the Inda man, Doc, I'm do me ma yeah, they buy we any call a agri job creation or more de value addition. Some many about doctor maybe say asari beba or more to me ID into to cry into to powder. Oh, more a boy Ghana my. I for a final comment on Saturday. You bear dang to me a drew electoral reforms and all mine year you're in Koso.
You be that see be. I'm say, yeah, you can know. I can say, I say to be created the right environment. A democracy bit me strive. And the right environment a bit me creating. See it to me enya adwempa wo institutions a bit me my democracy akokan. This electoral commission. We must say I discuss at length. Near NDC for actual comma woman. They say young some fan called iPad. Now, Mestre say, see it me NDC, a GD Omni electoral commission. Say a dream ra, say I'm passing our white tree, almost per se, electoral commission, a G2, normally a Juma, and I'm a dream because say Nipano, oh, you need, and also near dream power no one. When you can't was and one no play defensive mechanism, just say, I dream papa crowd all you to move. Enti ye ma sa environment a gidie ana sa kuma power ho say o mani yi die mu na e pe no na say nya sa environment na e me say beboa ama gidie bi aba ama obi adwene a wo no watimi a kire ama electoral commission so e do papa agye atumu say mpo all mfa no completely a niam bebre wo mu a me gidi say sa o mu fa e de kan ya o mu ye ho a obet na ye ama akokan sanso na yes electoral commission say na doc akan no e so to be sorry na o mu hu say o man no ama mu tumi bi ahoodin bi say o bu nyom adwuma na adwuma o mu ye no e say si o ma ehu te say nya e kan about party sponsorships. It's true say do election time wa hwe sika pa e flow a o dwon say eh na o man yes sika ni mu o bre wo mu o hia wo mu na say sika bebrebe efri hen nti ma wo say eh there's something wrong somewhere. They say easy betimi asore gina ho am obi account how their sponsors sika obi contribute as eni na akwan mu a yetimi take it on their kokota which is say embeba obi ehun say eh afere easy no wasore agina ho a oyi na adwuma no beba gidie bi so abba mu amani pa mu say easy no say agini tum na yekokan na ni nyina mu so no media say dog kan okoma asema no kre say majority of the people no okom do but no kwasem say ya obro friend contentment say kakra me wo no mani beso mani
dog na me ni kakra na
no I don't me just say no wo ho I'm just say yes okom bebre no okom do but hwe kofo mreso na kofo bae no police service or more increment be na adwuma bebre bi ani bi for me say increment buy ma adwene say ebemma sika nketenkete 1 cd ni 1 cd a wo gije nkra wo bejai surprisingly sa ekatuad buy ni still na ye da so agije 1 cd 5 cd okwan so nti me bisa me say na increment e buy no if aso be na ba so eti me nka wo mo ni bie no wo mo bi no kakra ye won kran so ye ni enibriwi wo ya fa say me pe ni bebre ama dipa hu say me so ene me so me ho menye sika eti nipa eni so kakra wo nya hwe Japan ni Korea wo hwe okwan fa so mo develop ya no man atete a chese ni a o medie mpo no ho eden but dipa enya opepa bi say ye ni o man bi a eka Korea ho enuan mo ma yen sorry out of okomo na hu hia ye wo mu muma obi amfa no ho mu afore ye obi anya ni fam die obi a ku no ho na ye nyi o man ni si ho Korea Ghana ma mu sika loan krada ekoba na say na Korea ye do South Korea de ye ho to ho so a enye yi wo nti se o man ya ye si ye dwen o man no ho o man no ho pepa no se ye benya adwempa bi se kakra hwe civil servants me che so bi sika nso no o man mu ye obi enu a ye ka sika so no enti se be hwe sika ye nso ye ne ya ka se no ho nti ye beje bribe ana se ne obi aye bia na se onya kickback bi ana se obi to bi fa kwan bon dream kankan fa so no onya bia den o man no ye nko kan kakra obi a enya no me fi se no so ye ni na ye kuye ho se o man ni ye man ya Nyankopon de amaye enti o kwa be ni betia fa so ni ye kuye ho ni age me yesi ho na ankoye se sika amemi nya na ensominti se school admission o se transfer o se adwuma bia na me yo okwan bia me fa so a meje afi ehiafo nipa yeji sika so afi omo ehiafo ne obi awie university fo ade ni se awie university no pa adwuma opa adwuma no ohia ni ba a opa adwuma enye bribe en obi beje no ho asan o me na adwuma ayo a se yo ba no person ofa no I mean such wickedness nipa dodo so yesa ni me nya kwa sorry enti your problem say enye se bi o sika no na ensu nipa na mom sika no nipa ni nso kakra obunya because sika a ye nya no say ani so a me hwe se Afia my two kwan fa West Africa countries and Africa dey Ghana ye say wa hochi no ko ma be bre mu a me say Ghana ye nye bad ye sika say ensu yi ebi benya half quarter kra nka o mbedom Nyankopon ase eno nche say nia ensu ye nka say sun but say ye pe mani ye di mu pa kakra adwuma mu ha o de ma wo no wo opepa wo de be ye adwuma ma obia wo kasa kro be say na Afia esika ben po na etua wo ntina wo ye adwuma hweta ma ebi mu sare e be adwuma so enti okomo ho ebi mu ho a wo mu ni bi but ebi wo mu so wo nya katia no so no wo mani nso wo mu sika no nti say ye kan ye kan o mani ye di dia ene na say ye nyina ye pe ye nya opepa bi ye ni o man bi aka o man Ghana ho o man Ghana so be ye no ma be kokan ama ya chen so a ejan ya ye so ni say ya nya opepa ni ye da so wadwen bone ni ye wa akoma bone ni de bia ni obeje dwirim kankan proye enu ni de bia ye dwen ho obi akwa adwuma je say no na odwen ho a ene no man ye be ko so abre Nyankopon de wa hira ye but say nhira no ebe ye adwuma na say nya adwuma no ejan ya ye so ya brabo ni yesu ni e ban ene be che o man kanko
e ho so ni ye fail no okay Doc, me your final comment.
You, Afia, young Casanse Munya, near the can NDC. She said, I won't Kunsia ban what the Abaton, Yajunapa. Nani is won't say, Ubet Macasam, Nasa one Casam, appropriate forum. Now I summon. What Casam Po, Nasa 7, Naya some for one court electoral commission, one time. Senator Crema, what a dung back or high dung back, Nadevian walk. Nemum, what I say, you man, why you munipan. One cock, no one trans, no one young. Minion is obia, what the argument pebia, bassa will be woman, will be better watching. Debbie, Nefe, near to see a being. Ye more men in whom ye I am near mempe or menwa. I am a monwa. Said Nipa Pesa was say your men, so what person was saying your men is. Then businesses or many new are, then now be this so. Well, ye more men who hear. Now so man who hear. Night ye your man to me say, ye knew men be any enunia. Democracy ne betuma boyayen enu nti biribiaran owumo enkwamo democracy eden yan embassy ho na yan atia so ne ye bechia ye beka ho asem ne antoye ye betu na se na party a obeye ni ye no ye be mani tumi wanye ni ya ye beto wa kina asem tietia mo man yan kokko politicians mo man yan kokko won ne tese ye ka kire wo yan ka kire wo ne tese wo ye no wonye won anya edu bra tese ye to aba ma won to abetia no are ma hwe.
Yeah, no, but if we have papa, I tell none of one kind of example, your offer to some I ever job creation, you might bet me be a mamma and my bow to me, teach you no more, one way more, your mother does it queer, and I make us atomic energy, say, Oklahoma more, Santa Baco tissue culture, and I'm therefore, or what me in toast, or much chins you in a film. I might say in toast, not any powder. When you know a bit me there 1D1 for what's your car near your back camera for no name Cassani Baby, but then and periform you know Dr. Sassan, Dr. Pedu Macano. As I say, I heard on many year do a woman. Tianotin a person and also once a job creation, I'm ranting my bar or bet me about most particularly the best Commander Sugar Factory. say anye ne se o e na a che say awen kan ne e ne ye say e be san ton ama company foforo a ye san akoton no fo say the secretary to the board e wo commander sugar factory no so ba betra studio one say na o meche mu what is the state of the company e ne no on man we na Dr. Mpedu kan no adwen money o man ni sika ye de akoye commander sugar factory ye ja no ama na nwe ne se na e pro mi wa Ghana fo kro ya edi 100 years mpo a e ka na ye kobo ho bosia na e be si factory be tua nti ade na wo se ye sa manti ande maba wane na mabonti omoton dog chains a omunya adwuma mbeye ti ye factory yiye na omokotene mu a nkebe nti e behwe ni nyina ne awe bi ndc aban so ye den na mo so masi factory a munim se ye de Ghana fo sika na esi man hwe factory ni so yiye factory na mo ka se mu bi 2 weeks pe na factory no omo close no na factory no ye ni ye a enko oye adwuma 2 weeks pe ni ye close factory na na ahwede na ye ka se ye bedua ye de be feed factory na ahwede na wahi so ho enti se an solve a problem na eku juice covid buy eno so problem o akuafo na no mudua pineapple no muntumi nko afuo mu nkodua bie o nti there's an issue at eku juice ye basic factory no 100 ebegu 100 nti ye ba be solve problem so that Ghana for na ye je 1 city ede ye no ye betimi anya adwuma ye ena ye beba so no ma mfa seda kese ma pedifo a wo mo abebo Dr. Asante political science department University of Ghana Legon wabebo doc de wa ye journalist ya ye editor ye chese ensa na obeye doctor of political science o cha de ewo Legon no so na Dr. Ampedu so echere sociology social policy ni ade ewo Pentecost University ono so atono bo follow social systems structures ni ade ntino I very passionate o kasa abaye suban adwemone abro beye aye de to omanyi mu a ye mpese oman ne bekosoro nye ni nyina na ye fixing the top ye ankasa so must fix the bottom fix them fifi and so na affix because ye ni abro ni beye fo no ene yakoye party constituency executives ne yakoye party chairman region ne yakoye MPs ne yakotena presidency sa adwene nye na ena Dr. Asante kraka asase mu se oye ye nkwala na wo se sakra ya adwene ne ye twani ekogina so no ma ya bon kokra wie na ye de adwen mone no na ekotena ho ye de dioman ni sika ye wi de 50 Ghana cedis akoshe matches box mu akochecha amankofo because ye nim se Ghana for de o ye se iso no e be aduane de e be ton ye hyebre e de age aduane adi adwen mone no it starts from there na Ghana for na so amoso mo perfecting Ghana better Ghana no yen starting dream outside the box yen to my different party from NDC ni MPP yen say yen to my different leadership Dr. Asante say all these years 92 yen to aba papa bia ma small parties ni da omo cross small parties so adwen money nti omo de ye business oba wa ye say oye political party bo kwa akoje NDC osika akoje MPP osika nya de wa ye crowd so be win election dia abro ni be ye ni sikedi nti e bisa for na na ye homra sesi aba en fact da kese en fama lumitras form na ekum malaria ni ade omo na sponsor ye sanso na wa wuni momo trouser de ekum tonsono nkra no kwa na chese wudi bia man nkra no ma no bosumi bia no man nkra no susunu na ekum soso na afiri wo mo empani so wo ma bosumi ensa no anom susunu na clear wunya no ni nie ukọ pharmacy shop bia na okasa upe bia om de be ma na om wadarma o ma show ye ba sesi ana fe ye de job creation de no ye de no ato so critical issues ni one ma send message ni Mr. Porter wo Virginia ni Maryland we say if I'm enjoying discussion with doctors mienu no wo mo de aban we na che se Ghana ye wo issues na Dr. Porter say if ya ni abetena akwantu mu kra de che se ye te Ghana ni ani ye mo hye ni ye kuma akoso so okofo de say if I'm enjoying with doctors mienu no wo me solid papa we mu ana ke wo so wo mo ta ba na omo ebebo enkomo Professor Bobobi okay no say prof ye beba so ne no wa twehwe enkomo na sister ba ko say if solid panel ya fa Dr. Asante ne Dr. Mpedu ebra me am bra ma fo e wo Delaware o say if good job and am penifo na ye na say NDC fo adwene wo mo say wo betimi akasa tia easy wo mo yo makotro 30 points o abontene and no wo bo they must go to iPad said Dr. Asante kan no na fe adwenche bi o mo no mo fa nkoye adwuma e wo no bia enti teacher kujo e wo Amwase o say if you me enjoy discussion pa me nua be ma Francis Ameibo wo Ghana News Agency wo tema ye chamu na bucha fa na na ye homra na fa ye mehwe enwuma no ye be dan na ye create doc ye da ma se ye no pe
that's my girl.
Daddy.
Yes.
Please, can you help me with my homework?
No problem. Go on, okay?
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yes.
Aprepensa with koto, aka club, momone, smiling fish, and the kobe, and abekwanya adia chiso.
Okay. How do you prepare it? How do you prepare it?
Preparing. Just for the question be a mabuta colado milk. Cancel it and make it this way. Cancel it.
This way chocolate drink.
You ain't getting this here. You need to prepare it. You can take it anytime, every day, everywhere. That's my girl.
This way chocolate drink.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
If I'm a mammy, yes, we need to come with yet, estate and swallow true be at the crowd. Near wolf. As to say, dear, when Hono quite panel, Tintin no, a chum, and one neat fufu. So when you're quite pebby bosswa, a human is.
Neat fufu is available in 3 different tastes: neat plantain, neat cocoyam, and neat yam. Neat fufu is well packaged and so easy to prepare. So whether plantain, cocoyam, or yam, same preparation. In just 5 minutes, your tasty fufu is ready.
Under 5 minutes.
Neat fufu se manumbe, nabi, we young grandpa be bosswa, manesi. Humanesi, the tasty at Dana, humanesi, 5 minutes back now, humanesi.
Neat fufu is so.
Misra omani di ma omo mi mopo na omo ntumi muame wo a woni hu ade oba enyi ti so mbetumi anya lawyer bi mpo oba be gine mo mama ya a be fale apela mama tumi fi da e be ni dey say aha bi ti ya bra wo nye ni pa bi mu na omo asoso mi mu kakra kakra omo muame ya me dey na ma survive wa see.
Aha, a remand block of Kumasi Central Prison. Na sa baby a yegyina yi. Yesi ma nipa be 60 to 70. Nanso wo hwa a nipa e wo ha is over 500. Eya homete. E kwan ben na omo fa so eda. E wo hwe the way a omo tete ho. E nipa ya cramp omo together.
Ade san ori na ya asam ye ba be lock here. Ko ye na ye park here. Na toilet ne kwa pa ye joso no. Ebu my TS car, I'm down. The sleeping tea, the panel just what done our just goes.
But now, Mr. Minimum, one year my idea, and I can't buy it. I am.
Wolfie, I'm yes, man, now me when you kakra.
Now when
oh, me when you kakra.
When you say,
me when you am the major man.
Saying,
I am Miss Wed, mammy, and now me when you
kakra.
If you be brave, and I'm a baby will condemn fear. Odophobia lankaye efisa omosi omayi ye totwene se ye fatase ye beben le babio
wo hwe enipa bi a ya beto omo ha a omo da so wo prison ebi iwu ebi aye peche adentina enipa a ewo ha ye so omo ye remand prisoners so obi wa remand a eno nkyere se wa ye bone age court adinasem ebua nasem na ya sese nipa gu ha bebre omo a yendi omasem omo a omonim omo faith ebi awa ha 8 years 10 years 15 years edien ena ye Ghana
That's my girl.
Daddy.
Yes.
Please, can you help me with my homework?
No problem. Go on, okay?
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yes.
Aprepensa with koto, aka club, momone, smiling fish, and a kobe, and a bekwanya adia cheso.
Okay. How do you prepare it? How do you prepare it?
Preparing. Just for fun, the question be a mabuta colado man. Cancel it and make it this way. Cancel it.
This way chocolate drink.
You ain't hearing this here. You need to prepare it. You can take it anytime, every day, everywhere. Just one girl.
This way chocolate drink.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
I was after some more about critical issues and then they to our Afia UTV so no kai beauty worship also abeka junction dey after that say e this way chocolate drink do here any institution special ice any special mineral water ye can for e dey am na wa woni sponsors Lumitrust you want a suspension and you want a tablet or me kum malaria pa full anti-malaria treatment e be hear say malaria ni parasites so if you need pedio no enya hoden dey ahwe abusuafo na and then we've had a very fantastic discussion ya to yobo hwe amanyosem because omo no mu lead governors oman da achi oman direction ya de afia me enwuma emante ne maba wonye binyo ye nyina nim say Ghana say dey tie wo Africa no kuayo ene oman no fa pempa ti Ghana so is no exception ye kua ene oman ni gina so fa ye kokoo ye ne Ghana ye twem 1 million tons but 1 million so nya better sa na eduru o hwe sika ye pompe o cocoa fertilizer cocoa seedlings cocoa ho na hwe sika efiri mu ba na besim ne Ghana ye cocoa kitwa bi ne process eno ne cocoa processing ne Barry Calibo to ton Cargill no me ade niche cocoa ya me bra niche wo mu ye ya na se yan kasa asomman no value addition mango na se body kra agogo ko body agogo de body bebo intos ye de bebo na atomic energy omo scientists e won omo kra omo ye research amene intos ko matimi ane powder nanso ye the politics be say niam we nyina na nimdifo ne nyansafo ho no mbebo ama omo yetumi create jobs so ye nkofre wo mu ye ni be kwa kwhwa commander sugar factory the entire factory na nye ne sen na besi ne ye ntumi fa de papa bi anya afi ye pe strategic investor ne aton e de ama no ye de $36 million NSC ya tena wa ma hye ama we na ache na Ghana na nkasa na obusa say hey what kind of country is this cause Yakopon boy to baby for but ye nya abepie mu so de say ye kasa na ne Yakopon ama ye voice e be kasa na ya hwe say e bia e be sisa maybe not in our lifetime but it's and before me boy Yera Ransford Catman Vani Amwa former secretary of the board na no much commander sugar factory no oka board no ho a na on na secretary to the board and ye maame Dr. Mavis Owureku Asare food scientist was a senior fellow senior research scientist wo binary unim atomic energy commission ho no mo another center omo no hwe enuane enuaba ne ade plants ne ade omo ye scientists omo tumi study am omo board ye time aboard ye di nyini ma eso kra no omo tumi ashoten no ye wonim di fo we nyina ho so ye nkobuso omo ne atwan na oman na nwene se ye koba na afi bibia dia be policies but pedifo mema mo achine akwaba e wo UTV Dr. Maybe Satan me sha se fro so mo na mo ye scientists na mo hwe enuane ne enuaba so Ghana also ye kua ye farming agric ne ade a et science say mo na mo ye research no e wo future e be ko nanim
me da say question dey mo edu yeah your future what agriculture baby e ko wiase afa na nyina e modernization employing technology any you know ube use scientists any hwehwemu ne research ye kan say wotwi hwehwemu eno na say no agriculture no ema ne konanim na still as a Ghana no afei na ye keka ye ho kakra na ye ho boano and share down ko nanim sa ye gusuara depende on obebe kase ho and cutlass any conventional breeding ne old ways of doing things inti ama aye atochima kakra na ye pese akoye nim dia yemfa technology any science any research and fempianko nenim na yen involve all the key stakeholders along the line enya ade ba kope o say we tutu from now de eduaba na hye ho ye institute bebre wo Ghana food research crop research Benaria wo Ghana Atomic Energy Commission UCC University of Ghana so many research institutions but I say edru aban tua heka se enye edwuma ne nso no ye gusu aye sika omode ba tayechi no na ebi wa ha enhyeda mba but here were other institutions foreign agencies omobo ay ma ye edwuma say idea bi wo ha mo pese mo implement here I think say it's best to also consult the major key stakeholders sana ama ne ye pese ye no etumi ejina ye chese wona so enyina so papa
and one waka no enyina so papa
ti kakra meka no
okay doc mesa bonche bi but me yase na waka se besi ne ye kua no ejina aso ene sekan so aso ne sekan no a
eno a chese
enfidie ti se dia brofo ne ya ukọ Texas ne ade a omo de helicopter ene egugu water omo farms no
ye nu kra de utumi twinsuo every baby and as you to Dubai temperature no call so high utumi stimulate clouds ni rain now we moving on from one area at the another area saying soon tongu crops ne so
pacho dog che ensuo na emuna no mutumi mo
chese emuna ye kra o emuna ye chese baby a won emuna utumi stimulate cloud no
na we mutumi ye mani ensuo no muna
yen fa ne sa na wasa atwe akoba bi a opese nsu no etobu no ane ebisi I mean ade you know common say a classic example to say na na say in Dubai temperatures ne go so high say na omo ho hiahia mo na was omo stimulate clouds no eba krone so every you know ewiem na nsu ne yeden eto ema temperatures ne kofom ni na ye science science any Ghana so ye wo enimdefo ye wo potential ye betumi generate technology generate research ebe back ekuayon honum na me say aka hono na say there's a gap yeah nim say there's a serious gap
the last time I go Dubai na almost nsuo nto ho be 3 years na nsuo to baako bi nsuo nto 3 years no flowers o krom ho nyina Dubai in particular ni nyina ye fefefe omo de pipeline a hihye ma water flowers
micro irrigation
Ghana da ben
ena nsu no mo twife apumu so omo eho no mu ni nsu nti apunsu no na omo yi no ena omo de supply nsu Dubai
obeni mi mra ho ne enko una oye secretary una na oye secretary to the Commander Sugar Factory Board cheche ye de na commanders isi ayesa
yo Afia ma ozikan ma menda was this opportunity
yes you that in chief commander na be ya
yeah me fi Cape Coast
okay Cape Coast
but I was in commander 3 days ago
okay
yes now minchia commander oba hima
okay
or yeah the paramount queen mother na na adwa bedu the second no nyi painful ni na wo enyusum de abani obehwe ma factory na ye
wa ye
nti mechia on na madam na ase na painful bit there or yeah Ora Isaac Osofu Mensa Ejo Park or a citizen of Commander we to one P about this factory no jumezi no nyimpi fa waka nyinara na me papa kroso so or ye Mr. Abeku agree na onye Kwame Achanu na sugar factory na semi na ebobo bonzama bedo I my heart bleeds anytime we talk about Commander Sugar Factory o Sunday me mfi Commander menya commende nyiba
I see but ka ye adwuma wo
but me fi central region
okay
mukrom wo friend eja between anomabo na onye Abanze, the community of Eja. Or na Kwekure Ketofi.
Okay, Rekrutum okay.
Na ejuma kesa mukromofo woye oye fishing no nye appetition distilling. Na mukromu so historically the whole Ghana was molasses was the answer.
Oh, okay.
Osane there mebusuafo ebien they were critically involved our Commander Sugar Factory Kwame Nkrumah was started the worrisome oye JB Anaman oye Menana and Council.
I see.
Eno onye Menana nunua ono so JB Amoa ono mpozo be even the managing director at the time nti no onam dem involvement no ma mukromofo no wonya dem access. In 2010 the chief of the Eja Nana Aware also told Yan Mame Nana Kunedu Ajman Rollins name 29th of October 2010 there who been here 11 years ago no to name who been here there ND Saban what be Commander Sugar Factory because the factory no koda Eja fo so wonya ho fa so yes because the chrome home no wana wosisi Adana Papa blog Adan it be 4-story buildings na we Mesiafa and we molasses business until recently as e be no well to kwan wa kwenye ska wosisi Adana Papa or
but those days Mesiafa who want to me here story build that was na
Mesiafa ma me bonko amona your friend payday wunyina abrosan akesa even one of them mentees training college if I was not for mentorship no one fee na what do house them students one ntino oya azoya but this sugar factory they be some American in there say obi say wanye ejuma pa na mentase and I always tell them say your body your boss man me for instance I was appointed when I was less than 30 years to be on the board. I was a member and a secretary. Not only secretary. Okay. So I was part of the decision makers representing the youth interest.
Okay.
Okay. That is why
at the time no way factory na ne call ya
factory no we could just $35 million.
$35 million
from India Exim Bank.
Okay.
Because the whole world India is the second largest producers of sugar.
Okay.
Inti yakwaje bosi $35 million no. And now there's a counterpart funding $1.5 million.
Okay.
Which is
not obro 36
yes.
Or 36.5.
36.5. Okay. Now no counterpart fund no EDIF. The EDIF was under the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Now no have turned into Exim Bank of Ghana. No was the company here. So the factory's construction alone, the machines, the plants, everything, without the agro parts. Only at 36.5.
36.5, okay.
No, and the second trench.
Dollars,
dollars.
Okay.
Dollars. So, or your loan,
me check or see this money, them sick or bear.
Oh, 5 years moratorium there after the completion of the factory. No, after 5 years, or they will start today, your service to the loan. So, October 2021. Next 2 months, or the Ghana ban start to do Kotia Sikano. Minimum share the current government or Indian government why I don't know. But one review them and share it means because India for expected there by now or the factory why you juma 5 years. To them 5 years ni no. Whereas you juma you want to up to there. Them the start to be to your loan no. Into them na share it.
Okay.
And there was a second tranche, only $24.54 million.
Okay. On Obeya, 24.54.
It had a parliamentary approval.
Okay.
In November 2016. Until by February 2017, or there, we started to be used to the Mexican.
Okay.
The 24.54 no, ono nanche Dr. Mona as a wobebim. Na wabua na agriculture. Hona yes we were supported because one. Or the factory no, or 40% of the needed raw material.
Okay.
Ashura ye behian, nimu or hamun chichem eduanan on a factory no be.
Okay.
Then edosia 60% no. Yes, outgrowers because a factory bar or the amount for when your home for so.
Okay.
Inti say if you are owner if you there betumenya asase within the catchment area. Yes, within 100 kilometers radius. or 6 hours drive to the factory. The reason they can 6 hours no, they can 100 kilometers radius. It means it'll be more asin areas they may not be able to send their cable because if asin praso to Commander is more than 100 kilometers. But here in a 6 hours drive now. Some people in Ashanti region, because Kumasi to Cape Coast is 4 hours. So Eastern region, Achansi Nazina, I'm telling you, during the test run, some canes were sent from Achansi in the Eastern region to the factory.
My conversion, 36 million there, but I rounded it up. That's about 220 million Ghana cedis. Did them second now wash them?
Me means the wash.
Echo handed dan na factory not then.
So if the current states are maybe kind of wash, but our potential they able to But what I be saying in there, yes, Bosnia Yakeji near the basic factory. Now I am in Prepi no beam so waste factory. We did not think about raw materials. Waste factory when we are sure. On your no car.
What do you hear?
If you are saying factory with the feasibility studies on this factory it started in 2009.
Did you plant Afia?
On number there, yes, there was second tranche of the loan, which is for the agro part.
Until when the Afia?
Mamambra. Until I make feasibility studies, you understand me.
Anytime.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, already there were sugarcane farmers available at that catchment area. The test run here, May, June 2016. Or the same variety, which is B41227. I don't know if because sugarcane was on today Bayera, Yawo, Dabreko, Puna, on these numbers. Only B41227. No B36464. On the year.
At the time, At the time, my brother was friend Captain Smart. Over factory one Ossie. Wabo who there? Factory near Juma no produce sugar no. Na sugar cane farms near be Oma.
No make a sure there. Or the outgrowers canes.
You
the farmers were there. I can give you.
Farmers will be home.
They are still there.
I would be here.
Now they are not a planting because Kakrana or one. Or your mukro mufuna wakoton was quite a petition. So I then na wo could do more wa bra factory now abaning ready there obama wa ye djuma but they are ready there.
At that time no we factory in na nkofo no wo do ahwe na bi wo
we registered over 3,500 outgrowers.
No, registering is different.
And what I'm saying is
actual
farmers nara. I'm not when I register someone in here I would the mere in Yibina America you.
Okay.
We are talking about those who are having within western and central regions.
Okay. About how many?
About 3,500.
500. Okay.
And the canes that we bought, I will get you the documents. Farmers are auto haulage table, trucks are walk off I will finish with that.
And the time na sugarcane no.
Sugarcane no. The plan was we are going to ensure that the factory is there. Then you depend on the outgrowers because the factory every day, although crash 1,250 tons of sugarcane. 1,250 tons. But it starts, or your machine is it starts, you don't go to the higher capacity, which is 1,250. The minimum capacity or there they start by the experts. I mean, I'm not like an expert, but the experts in there, if you get 300 tons every day, you can run it efficiently. But then canes now, farmers no they could give us 500 to 700 tons every day.
Okay, Ntimpocho, answer this question for me there.
So then we did
test trials now around over here. Now, what the sugar cane? Were you able to produce the sugar? What do we hear sugar be?
If you remember, in 2017, Ahom Kalinse Kozako there, no sugar was produced, no even crash and crampo one yebi, and we took him on. No. Oh no, Captain Smart, it was all over.
No, I can't.
No, not only. You weren't there, but if you remember that it was a live program at Captain Smart. And I don't want like I will get you the video.
No. After me say.
No, me che there.
Me who there sugar of your machine mo reba.
No, me che I will because you weren't there.
But I saw the video. These were all my people.
And the video name we know. Captain Smart tested sugar from there. A year another one tested sugar from there.
And I say, Ono is one single person. And it's not admissible.
And my brother.
Okay,
what I'm saying is,
did you see there sugar no free machine in my band?
My main cousin, we gave a contract to one gentleman, a businessman in Cape Coast.
I will show picture, ma'am. I will picture no TV no do.
Yeah.
Your sugar no free machine.
No. I assure the crashing. The crashing. This one is the crashing.
What you crashing? Them they know where you.
That was the inauguration. That was the inauguration.
Okay.
That your friend and president inaugurating.
Okay.
That was the picture.
Okay. From her day, what to me here sugar nibi.
And I'm giving you somebody onye said onye in this. He's a businessman who's an MPP person, known MPP person. Our friend Mr. Perry Mensah.
Okay.
Okanwana wope MC wo Cape Coast.
Okay.
He was given a contract. He was doing haulage. He was doing harvesting contracts. And the same time when we were having challenge because a test run, so machines, you have to fine tune the machines and all this stuff. When you're challenge, some not knowing, wanna work or labor, wash a boiler house. During the day, obey jumana, one over night shift, no, some over no abeda. Insibare, I don't pan expected order by now, the sugar another process, no door codono. Now, a power no wako foam. Until Mr. Perry Mensah was given the contract to also man the boiler. And he provided
to make sure they obey it.
Yes. This man was there throughout. And the first day sugar came, before a muscle refi, Mukro Major, 40 kilometers to Commander. Marco Commander, no. Mr. Perry Mensah was the first person who called me at 5 a.m. Telling me, there now they've had the first sugar, and when I went there, I'm not so there as also Orokodo.
Okay.
Into Mr. Perry Mensah is my witness.
Okay.
If I'm lying, he can.
Okay.
And this is a national television.
Into Jambuchama, Masama Bohonam Yahede. No, or to them that, or then after 2 weeks, no, we'll close to factory. No, Nabuchama Bohona. But doc, una we are scientists are Mude, we and Kamun and Kesimu says so. I don't know, Commander, no, and I'm consulting. Oh, yeah, where some consulting any scientists be. Not that
I am aware of.
Okay.
Kakra Mekane say we've had a history, Kromuha, of factory, Yebesi factory kese along the line, na ya shut, na ya san revampe, na ya san shut, na politics, party way ba, no abe revampe, na party way ba, inti yemre wo Kromuha.
Yemre.
Seriously, what is the problem? By now, I was thinking to me diagnosing problems associated with huge factories that are set up, that shut, that are revamped, shut. It is not rocket science. I will give a classic example using a Pualugu factory, which is tomato. We know what the issues are. Sugarcane, they are okay. It is similar to all the factories that have been revamped and shut because the issues now are similar. And I make an remember. You listed a few. Availability of raw materials, engagement with farmers. You know, research nimdia betai echima abua process no then bio management any maintenance power issues power available to run these huge factories. These are similar issues that have come up. Inti before you be revamp factory no much issues here eba up into your factories no shut down. As far as I'm concerned, me no ka say yes sugarcane research our binary led by your former director Dr. Danso, this is retirement. Dr. Elena Zu and in the team omo yes sugarcane research e wo krom ha so we say a consulting omo dia any na media
and just your friend no ebusa no
ye be free bisa
because from research na kosi sen
ubo baby something about availability of raw materials. No if you ebisa question say inti farmers no omu to me de e kind of dempo ahwede no eba factory ho na enye just say oma harvest no mo de aba raw materials no mo plant no say eni ho ne dodo mu because sugar cane we the way it propagation, the conventional propagation no takes a while. You will tissue culture lab
binary yeah atomic energy
binary tissue culture lab no to me grow the ahwede in a test tube be able to me nya 63 shoots 63 shoots
say to me dua ahwede no lab ho ama baako bia betimi efifi nsia
63 you can say ediosia ewo
baako bia
vessel you find say vessel when can vessel and as a vessel no 2700 and a call one growth room
ti ka mo betimi kra dua wo
growth tissue room 6 ewo binary tissue culture
an ka mo betimi efidi commander
enye commander nimpo ye betimi a supply to the farmers amoma propagate
no komodua papa
no omedua enti no nanka yen so yahwe na ya guide on because yen tissue culture na ye kind of institute in the lab no disease free compared to yare mbem because wo hwe the way I did grow ye dey
bia de na
mo betimi a supply mo be guide farmers no on how to grow and then they will be monitoring. Secondly, yeah, also you bet to me say yeah varieties now no about 3 varieties you grow, but there are also varieties that are producing more sugar. Varieties are okay. It be old varieties are now they running fat, and we are still growing the same varieties. Yes. When we have moved on, we are say okay India second largest. They have over 500 factories that produce sugar. Yes. What are the varieties they are using? Minim say India for na take it over say almost suggest certain varieties and can be to introduce by any research Ghana
me ahwe say be gin zini wo Ghana na
me team ya make am wasem na sika kakra institute na provide no omode ye adaptability studies ye wo greenhouse omudua e wo say wo ye kind of studies with the farm say the variety we mamwa mu betumi edua na work how be crop be diseases betumi affect it is there's a road map nem pese me chene say
nimdie wo ho
any road map wo ho a se mu engage a me this whole commander factory no yen politics into nchen nothing to do with politics yanya due diligence you're involving all the key stakeholders along the chain. From research to extension, agronomy for farmers, no cancer, almost your key stakeholders. And the variety be a backroom hana, mode mama, or more person be grow. Or grow now on now on tea, yare why a bobo now or hene behana or wedding next season, okay, undia. Key, follow certain protocols and kebeboa ama factory ejina ho say say have they gone back to the table to see say bia near echo ya anto yen straighten and sana ya san ape strategic investor ukope strategic investor menua say issues in that so what is them no ka say binary says Afia na modi sika ne be brand dia ke bia so ye de be kakra ye wo ho dia ene ye twem minim so investors be engage one professor Aaron Asare or UCC also trials kaka but we have state institutions that can be consulted to work on behalf
of frustration me take from a voice when say I say oma we mu no ye ade bi e fa oma ne da achen se factory be create enwuma na yi wo mo ankom betimi aboa no nti say NDC time na ye say we dey we MPP ni we are scientists, we are one, we are policy maker now betimi aboa kra be US nchen. Say MPP for so to say the omoja commander here NDC dey ntia na ye hwema na hye. Na 36.5 na egu.
Menyi nimpo say to say I'm hoping say MPP wouldn't want to say MPP na to say omon ka say NDC for the ntia ye jama na hye. I hope say that would not be the opposition.
But bare 5 years
I feel say addressing issues now beboa ama na gina ne na so say ye fa no surface it will go back. It will shut down. I also maybe say me can be being so about capacity. It is at the back capacity. I can't say which you. If you are factories now, hoarding, and I send it on Kessie. Adena consistently. Ye build the factories. Akakraka. Just a capacity. No, just okay. Even the minimum capacity production. The farm not into me raw materials.
No, they could.
They could. And also capacity near say okay,
1,250.
And I say a day no na farmers no ahena.
Farmers were between 500-700 tons.
Tons. Now no
which is below.
Which is below the required
exactly. Me near me can any sugarcane and sugar. Even with tomatoes, you be see factories akese near launch dano tomato factory I launch na say you be say papa na nyam yo you be say near all year interview and no interview no eka be say near factory ne so no say inti say no and toast no munya wenfa o say oh ye produce bi na say ne to me produce enough into still I dey ye dey be free abonten ebe support it. Some na se capacity ne so dodo a mon down scale.
Yenya factory ni ketwa.
Medium scale. So huge, especially government owned factories are aya esusu bebre no. Oh, history has showed us aya yen to me maintaining. And I yen to me so motivate farmers ni enough. So say farmer odua na se we ntua ne ka for ne producer which is a idea companies ni bebre ya meboa muntu me entry on time and sometimes no toma middle men or middle women enti no muntu me nya ne dodo mun cut coat no according to size na nkasa factory ye no enketwa kakra be 3 or 4 scattered around to me producing on a medium scale when now your secretary would you disenka enye dwuma na because they say we factory 30 year nka e bia nka mu chemu 3 and I'm see different locations. Almost bet me encourage you to produce the sugar at that scale with a certain capacity. You bet to me manage if you are me feel saying into what happens is most of the time no these huge factories. Some when I say do baby to me produce at that capacity. No why then. Close it down. We closing to the farmers now. My engage you. Omo nyina so be jai na makwa koye bibi foforo. Inti mo san ba bia na aye challenge. Mo to me meet sa capacity no. Inti me stress say won ye hwe na ye say person tackle this issue not only with the Commander Sugar Factory, even with tomato factories. Like I've had me nyasa mitimi as if say ye produce tomato e wo krom ha.
So no
every baby aminua omo de efri amana no ba no mo repackage keke ni ato made in Ghana de abon. Let's not deceive ourselves.
Ebi wo free zones e wo tema omo be share that year say free zones omo wo product me no omo ye market nti mpese mebo mu de me ho and I think na me reporter ye call her to pre-inspection as an omo be inaugurate omo imported drums omo the good drums tomato puree no I tin tomatoes egu drums mo no dey abegu factory e wotema but omo register as a free zones e say omo factory omo farm e wo dowenya so no mo dey fi Italy e no mo dey ba na abeto ama Ghana
because it be omo to me meet capacity and as I say factories be ne omo ye ne so omo try say omo bedua say sugarcane and tomatoes omo bedua bi na afi omo de ne aka na ma outgrowers when you know it has to be monitored. Here were Ministry of Agric, here were extension of here were all different key stakeholders. Me play critical role. And yet nipa bako and I say investor now wakwa fana bano. Not just say we no.
It's a dog. My mommy sorry. Maybe also be any mabusa about the now cancer visibility. What the dog can be say scientists will honor said okay binary. Come bet me nya ahyedia. Come on crab ma see papa na mo de make afo a enkom betimi adua nka beboa mo engage we are aware say at a board level no mo your discussion there to say mo the scientists and other people
we had that discussion.
Okay,
you had a discussion
and even
mo de omo bear mu
no binary no
okay
because I didn't know anything of that sort about the discussing but what I know is not we engage the Indians no the same Self-Tech India Private Limited they brought the agronomists. Their scientists were here, and we also gave them the friends in Ghana Human Resource Agric for omo ejuma.
Agric for free extension.
A bit for extension, a bit so and they be employer
okay.
So that they will have the technical know-how, but they have qualified Agric persons.
Okay.
And what we did, the tissue culture, all kind of we all because the Indians, they told us, say in canes now, as you were saying, the old canes, but the same required variety, the B41227, B36464. The sucrose content at the time, 12%.
I see chene wo mnu sa.
No, 12%. No, enye ensa.
12% chasing.
A be a percentage, a be wo ha the sucrose no, even more than that. But the standard way no 10%.
Okay.
After crushing the sugar cane, at least you have to get 10% of the raw material. I be the end product. But here the end be 12%. So it means enye bad. But if other they can improve the sucrose even more than the 12%. Then the bricks percentage too, they said the bricks percentage was 18%. Me agricultural person. So what they told me and I'm agricultural. So I know now could be improved. And about the agricultural practices, they told us if we apply good agronomical practices, even hectare, 1 hectare could give us about 100 tons.
Mubenya bebre.
Yes.
Na omo kacha mo de ye adwuma.
There is something then me catcher will say. That is why we were waiting for this $24.5 million to go. That is the purpose. No, what I'm saying is, if you remember, he mentioned Dr.
Iran. Proper due diligence and I say I'm an 100%. Because and trying say 24.5 November and some agree
that is what we didn't
feed factor why you want
no
beginning no 36.5 if you queer no want no modern bob bank and
you can go and ask the farmers if they were not engaged God we engage them
and you're engaging
no me tell them say the map there's experts engage you on and now yes also 125-acre seedling nursery plant beside the factory 125 acre them are not there even India for one variety India for tested 2 varieties one was in one numbers menkai but is C no Ozikan they have some C and some numbers them are 2 varieties no when two one yen what's the yen weather condition no them may know to on stand at us because otherwise the soil condition the weather and all those stuff until they did all these things them are 25 acre then can you transplant into the 2,000 acre no factory nezano. That transplanting or then called Badu by February 2017. 1 year it overgrew. A day share on ye because Bombay and the Ichanez Kotoma assure a 1 year application. 2018 July. The management under the supervision of the minister, they directed them to sell those canes 125 acres. And now 1 hour no. They are demanding judgment dates. The Septec India Private Limited because
for actually they no
yes 125 acres.
I am not saying no.
What arbitration is here? You can find out Ministry of Trade. Then arbitration with the Septec India Private because we told them they should pre-finance. Yes, because
can Fantini or Obianti as a
there 125 acre plantation no.
Ghana kede won dua one for one sika ndua.
One for one sika ndua because we're waiting for the second tranche of the loan. Into them second tranche no ondri name no they start there till America no or they start year to 1 a month. Into there a nursery plant a plantation. Into nursery now ye 125 I be transplanting into the 2,000 acre no. Them nursery no we no. Wo yin abrodo embo wo twa tonema apetition distillers.
No, definitely. Obodu one and born abafom.
Oh no, because factory no onye juma. Into them canes no osisiwo mo no only for subia and I learned about the what the HR there nara no be say onye dey tutu na sanso edua fofor.
Okay.
Into the HR no sanso ofifi.
Okay.
Into 2018 July the publication City FM online now publish it. What ton them asheno ezima distillers. Meanwhile, the factory is supposed to buy sugar cane.
But it's a ton.
But rather no, factory ni momu na all ton sugar cane ma appetition.
Oh, the factory itself sold it to
exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
At a loss.
The factory nankasa name because I wasn't there.
Okay.
In 2018.
Okay.
And so that's what you ask yourself there. Distillers, no, they don't need sugar cane. What they need is one penny there. Factory ni be yejuma. Oh yejuma, there's a byproduct for friend molasses.
Okay.
Now one momo akoto molasses.
No,
because onu momo no omo hono fa so pi. And no ejuma so nyezen.
Okay.
Atas.
Okay. Okay, matter but how do you answer my doctor?
It's my American there.
Due diligence.
I mean
100%.
Maybe I'm a great person.
Yeah, but
I'm not a scientist, but
yeah,
I will tell you that what I know, the engagements in the BBR or the AABR, no, we did. That is why I've been saying.
If you did how come then after 2 weeks?
Only 2 weeks. That's what I wanted to correct.
How many months?
Oh dear.
May 30th.
May
30th. Commissioning.
Okay, case you have time.
For test run to 30th of June, it was 1 month test run.
Okay.
On your production.
Okay.
Last time you spoke to me, I told you that we didn't do commercial production.
So when did you do commercial?
It was.
So did you do commercial production or not?
But I told you the last time you spoke to me.
No, meeting your wholesale. And your viewers
know. Can't see the day. Obi Obeka show the Commander Sugar Factory. Where your commercial production. No, no.
It's test run. Where you for a month.
Test run was for a month.
On what basis we were closing after test run?
The issue is test run. Test run. There's a check there. BBR Edana Kwima. So the basis no. There one. There were civil works which were not complete.
Okay.
But canes and machines na the processing no. What to more complete even before time.
Okay.
Atasa. Okay. And civil works no so onye India for no you. Or a Ghana for Civil Co Limited.
Okay. Our civil works was not complete na abade.
And the timing for production onye May June no the production.
Oh yeah, have a time.
Oh yeah. Or there it start October, November, December up to time
but in teacher factory dala or one time ya operate.
But
no one time ya
woman sugar cane is a seasonal crop. As Doc will confirm.
No. Mr. Ono na doc reka na mpede beti no. Doc say, wo ba won ho na wo consult a Ghanaian scientist Nyabote don't be quick to respond. Nyabote wo ba won ho a nche onye India fo no wo be chen Ghana fo. Ya sa ase do. Mesi me yebodua ahwe o. O se enwon won ho to obotum wa ye ma mo anya access to ahwe no. Ma factory ni bi obotum wa ye duma all year round.
All year round.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Because if you have actually no,
yes, is the technology multiplying.
Mako years ago, Professor Kahoni time. If you had consulted them, it's easy to get access to Ashur. Seasonal bill.
And already all year round because there should be time for maintenance.
On John, the Tamara refining close to 1 month. But answer question, Mamma Day. No, due diligence. I'm a member from passing. I bet you to me that 100%.
I mean, to me, the documents and everything available to me, no.
I know your brother.
I'm a more Enkata and Shebiara or day, yeah. According to the feasibility studies, minimum there or 100%.
Okay.
Okay. It's maybe a question. The time when I'm more year production.
Also, commercial production.
No commercial production. No commercial production.
So why was the factory revamp then?
No
for commercial for a test run. And sorry, I didn't think I see factory. You say test run a pet, and I you know. Yeah, cow and I all can say maybe I'm not
until woman see.
Why test run after a month? You saw that the civil works were not complete.
Okay.
Listen,
that is already an indication that BB 100% before we went on the test run.
Listen,
how doctor need due diligence number no. Then if you come to even variety na agree part na also issues. In the factory from day one had a problem on arrival.
No. May a test run. Wash machine area. So I need to test the machine. Number share there. BB abed na kwema say commercial production.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. But to say that Yasha in area even before time one shadow door then go no.
Okay.
Where we are about into there yesterday we see for about 4 months time and sana ya swashe.
Okay.
That's my mention. So internet the test run.
Okay.
I think production of your friend commercial continue.
I think one of the communication problems is also about Macy my dad then a year politics.
Exactly. Me, I always say
yeah, they are politics. 2016.
And Doc was saying something.
Beginning, even around 2016, I was an editor at the time. The communication that is even a test run was not there. And then Eric,
but wherever I
spoke, time, no,
it was about test run.
From the President Mahama at the time to all the ministers, there was no proper communication that test run. Oh, boy, factory need Juma. So from there, we had a communication problem.
Yeah, I understand.
Doc can't be there. Politics, the politics. Based in the I don't know. And this people know you Ghana needs to go. 36.5. I'm at this one more all say. Into politics no door soon. Because on your politics, the old board should be able to admit that look, the factory wasn't 100% at the time, and the fact that it's not 100% doesn't mean that we should allow it to rot. Into say Ghana from mountain and Baba what Juma into Wobutum Wakaye, we should be able to make that fact clear, simplicity. But we are all dangling. More Osha adina some pedo bad meeting a day. More wage madene pro on pedo bad meeting a day. Now back to square when every because after 5 years to the American you 36 point. Yes, you bet you. But doc, my bro. How do we get there? Na yetumiama a Greek ye no baye Ghana adwuma yetumiam edu baby a ebema mrante ne maba we nyina adwuma mmoma yet ne o ka no abrante oni 30 kra so commandant ye ne kotena nyende make can first them time no ndi 30 kra ye de wo kotena look at the experience you have gained and then we adwuma bia you be able to do it. How many factories in Kenya anka ibenya mrante so a omundi 30 nkomu nyina so beko akobo am and then nkomu nyina so edu baby. How do we get the doc near creating jobs with a Greek?
Media Meka say I'm so proud of Ghanaians omwankasa ehwe enoma enkoyi omwade matters ashomunsa and I share a lot of let me know maybe I mean a lot but a number and I say dodoana na eko a Greek ne agribusiness mu ebi wo ha with no help won enobe he akwala keto we school ni adwuma yo so meye sobolo aton obehwe obi o se o meye Tom Brown me de eno ema mani gi because sese no ye hu se Ghana ye duane na ye wo no ye mia ye ho na ye package no ye ebetimi akonanim wo hwe the whole world that we have one of the most diverse foods in the world Ghana ye duane ahoodin wom se amado abenya adwuma aya so obi betumi aye a flourish ewo agribusiness of course farming no comes in agriculture omo mudua ene omo a omo hwe se ye benya aduane in abundance no ebetumi aboa nkofo eko into agribusiness food processing eno so no ade e wo se ye hwe but ni kakra meka ne se yenye structured won ewo promo ha bibia ye mame nsonhwe we ye na ade ase
matrai makwe
ye nsheda enye ye get results kakra in terms of agribusiness any food processing but the structure be any homa ye intino say obisa production figures obisa say Ghana eba beans ahe na produce o dey district level unya sa data no it's sometimes difficult to get if we are research per data on this work of file start no computation being statistics no me generating my inti no mestre say ye adwuma mo fa ne other state institution ye show mo ye show mo den na ye ntumi because omo ye adwuma pa omo betumi so aye den aye ne ebro so maybe wa sikasem wo hu ti etumi bua na to say na okan say mu na extension edu baby kwa na extension officers no mu ni adwuma ye meboa ase omu nyina yira free system nyame adom enne yasan abanya san ahye omoden a say ye wo extension officers on more ground see ye ma structures ye erected proper structures a be trickle down akọ farmers no because extension officers ye na no mo kire farmers fertilizer ye ni say duane say duane sa Into no here structure. We have to inject back the structure. The state has to take ownership. Yes, if planting for food and jobs, well, we still need proper structures called down to the district level, assembly level, so that young ones not
because even planting for food and jobs. Doc, we are aware say be among the scientists more can one because they say minim say a bro say no boy heading because you new bro bebre. Na ka obi can asem say said o kan ye nke ba mo ho na e bagi e bro variety cry edua etumi su bebre aye betwa bebre hata ye benya bebre Kamini senkene
kind of research no
variety benya benya yellow corn and say white corn and violet one kwa mo friend say who say more violet one be
different colors
ebro no just say ni nyina binary mo wo tanim dey
aban bia anya abotre ma research for because when ope bibia ye politics e dey akire research no nye tangible obi ka say anya ade a
that is so
obetu ene a covid ba ya na ehun say Nunguchi for na Nunguchi for sa omo musika omo ntumi but ye twen a ye ho kire ye na afa ye dwane akọ science any research e be pa ban bia cho MPP or NDCU more research for na moma ye capacity moma ye funding na ye ntumi emmoa na ye research ebi wo ha research no hu so mfa so na o
but
that thing bi no na ye ka say oh data we wo ho say ni ye fa mmoa ehu hia papa into agric ne de let's link up with the state institutions. Only in charge of agriculture and then other related institutions, meteorological service. Oh, when we now only a key stakeholders, we about a great move. If we ever say move and and I say there be Ministry of Food and Ag, there be surveillance departments. Even say countries be wa. Oma mappe omo asase nyinara. Omo nim baby a wodua akekeduru ebeba. Baby a wodua eburu ebeba me call was it
Kenya na professor
exactly can be boni din ha o yes I research exactly
data obekere baby a wodua akekeduru wadanse eyeye
ye link wo ye moye ma ye link sa de e bo be hekra ma tese me de here say mete say even assassin na ewo ye de dua sugar cane no kra no it might not be the optimal soil for the growth of sugarcane for the Commander factory. Inti I was say yes soil. Mo yes test.
They did all these things.
They did
it before. And as I told you that this feasibility studies started in 2009.
Okay.
But we came in 2014.
Okay.
Okay.
Inti no data we nyina no say wo mo ho a and am study there are some mistakes are repeating because I say we keep repeating the same mistake inti we say nyame ya don kwa na revamp here if we are not careful na ya strengthen and no man ya akeka kenya be san yeden back to square one.
In fact, there's a Professor Bobobi Ewo Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology or there in the great department why your research be ono kwa no design and harvester di two bunch ye di two bunch ni students so aye ba ko bi e di dwa bunch no ene de omo de ye gari na no ka say commercial one po no maye o say senka ye hwe bunch yi a bunch eye bigger than cocoa e betimi e create over 2 million jobs o say bunch kasapreko for bunch ene no mo de ye ethanol nti yenko prof so because me amahu the researcher prof my omode harvester no harvest me video no achem say prof good morning.
Yes, good morning Afia.
I hope you are well, prof.
I'm fine, by grace.
Okay, prof, we want to understand this your research that you have done. First and foremost, we have to give you credit for coming up with the cassava harvester. It's a great innovation, but you were telling me something about the fact that if we are focused on agric alone, Ghana can change our lives. We can change our economy. We can create more jobs for our youth than even the jobs we have created in cocoa and even galamsey. We won't even need galamsey if we focus on cassava. Please explain that point to me again.
Thank you, and then thanks to your sharing listeners and viewers. It is true. Cassava is actually a great crop for Africa and then for Ghana, in the sense that, especially now that we are experiencing a lot of heat waves due to the climate change. Cassava is one crop that is climate tolerant, heat tolerant. It grows anywhere. Ghana cassava grows. Unlike cereal crops, and then the rest. And you know, eventually, we have allocated the most special part of Ghana's land to grow cocoa as an export crop, and which we export to Western Europe and then the rest, and it is just used as a toffee or candy. But cassava that we grow and we eat every day, every Ghana. We grow on marginal land, and the attention we are paying to cocoa, like having the Cocoa Research Board, Cocoa Marketing, Cocoa Research Institute, Cocoa Marketing Board. If we give a tenth of that support to cassava, within our lifetime, we can transform our economy, especially the agricultural economy, into and make cassava a multi-trillion crop in Ghana and even the rest of sub-Saharan Africa. So it is high time we focus and then divert attention on cassava, because it is a crop that we grow. Everybody knows how to grow it. But what we need to do now is just to tweak the methodology and then introduce innovations that will make the production and cultivation easier, and then attract the youth so that they can invest their talent and energy into this crop.
Okay, but
so that's one. The sky is the limit.
Okay, but Prof, as it stands now, are you aware of any government investment in cassava?
Yes. In fact, this so even previously there was this root and tuber improvement and marketing project, which actually focused on cassava, yam, and sweet potato. I think it ended some time ago. It was being headed by my very good friend, Mr. Adekum. But I can say that cassava has got the greatest boost during the regime of President Kufuor, when he established this presidential special initiative on cassava. Even though it was not a successful attempt, but it actually gave the impetus to make cassava to move from a food security crop to an industrial crop. And that is actually why we are moving on now. But we need more support and then more enthusiasm from government and policymakers to drive this agenda so that we can actually get to a successful state within a very short time.
Okay. So Doc, what kind of support are you looking at in terms of cassava so that we can create the kind of jobs you say? Because like Doc was saying in the studio, we have so many young men who need jobs and they can't find their jobs. But it appears that those of you in research have the answer. You have the answer. I don't even know. Have you engaged government on some of these solutions you are providing, like the cassava harvester that you designed and the cassava peeler that your student designed? Have you engaged government? Is government aware of these things?
Yeah, to some extent, I've engaged. I think the Minister of Food and Agriculture over the years, since the time of I think 2009, when they had this World Bank project on the West African Agricultural Productivity Program, where they focus on cassava and other crops, they knew of my innovation. But what we need actually to make some of these innovations from our tertiary institutions useful and productive and have multiplier effect is that we should take it from the laboratory and then the university workshop into the field. And in the typical case of cassava, what I think we can do, which is very simple and is cost effective, is that it is not easy to convert all the smallholder farms into commercial farms at a go. So and since the majority of the farmers are smallholders, what we need is that we just have to go and then introduce them to new innovations and technologies and methodologies that will help them change from the primitive way of planting haphazardly on their small plots and then make it a compliant to mechanized cultivation. And what does that mean? What that means is that we just have to get these farmers to be willing to adopt the new production protocol. That is, they have to plant, they have to plow, harrow, and then reap. And then after that, harvest with the mechanical device you have. And in doing so, it will make the tractor operator and tractor ownership in Ghana very, very profitable. And once the tractor owners find it profitable, the whole thing will become a private sector-led initiative. But initially, we need government to actually promote some pilot projects in major cassava producing areas so that this idea we are pushing forward can take root. And with that on, then the private sector, especially the tractor owners, will jump on it, and that initiative will make itself sustaining. Because we cannot wish away the smallholder farmers, even though that is not very good. But for now, we can actually change their way of producing most of these crops, especially the root and tuber crops, cassava. Traditionally, they have been planted haphazardly. And once you plant haphazardly, you cannot go and then do any mechanization. But if we change from planting haphazardly to planting in rows, preferably on ridges, we are emphasizing ridging because for mechanization, if you do ridging, anytime it rains heavily, because of the way the rainbow pattern is now so distorted, the heavy rainfall will not stay on the farm to destroy the roots that are already mature, because cassava can get rotten within 2 days if it comes in contact with water. So the ridges and then the furrows will drain the excess moisture. And then in the event where we have little precipitation, when we need it, this little precipitation will store in the furrows. And this will make cassava cultivation environmentally compliant, and then it will actually also fit in the sustainable development goals, especially Agenda 13, which is climate smart. Okay. So we just need government to accept that overemphasizing on cocoa as an export crop, the time is long overdue. We now have to look at some of the crops that we eat ourselves so that we can engineer some of its production methodologies and then create enough to satisfy our food security, and then have sufficient to upload into the industrial arena, so that is where the value chain will come in, the multiplier effect, the value-added products that can, be exported and have longer shelf life. And in the case of cassava, as you know, the products we can get from cassava, they are so wide, the spectrum is so wide, from the coconut, gari, all the way to ethanol and bioplastic, monosodium glutamate, starch for the pharmaceutical industry, for the
Prof, take your time and give me those products. Prof, take your time and give me products. You are saying that from cassava, the normal bunch that we all know, some of the things that we can produce with it is number one, what? Ethanol, the appetition that we use for what Casapreco and Adonko and all those people do. We can get it from cassava.
Exactly.
So ethanol, and then what?
We can get artificial rice.
Artificial rice?
Yes, this Indomie and then the rest. You can get it from cassava, pasta.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
We can get sweetness.
Sweetness?
So that sweetness, because cassava has got a very high glucose carbohydrate that you can convert it to.
So even this sugar we are talking about to Commander Sugar Factory, we can get sugar from cassava because of the glucose in it.
Yes, yes. And then we can get like this sort of starch that can be used in the pharmaceutical industry, the plywood industry, the paper industry, and the textile industry. All the starch.
Yeah, yeah. So high quality. I hear it is called high quality cassava flour. So cassava can do almost everything for us.
In fact, the high quality cassava flour can be used as part of flour in the composite flour for making all the pastries we take. The bread.
All the bread and all that we can use cassava.
Everything. In fact, my colleagues who are biochemists and they will tell you that cassava there's something they call gluten. And
gluten.
The way we have demonized cassava products, or cassava itself in the past, has contributed to its low contribution to our economic development. We have demonized cassava. If you're eating cassava product, we call it face the wall, student companion, and all those things. But when somebody is eating rice, you want the whole world to see that he's eating rice all the lot. And that mindset must be changed. But cassava is actually one commodity that, if we look at it seriously, in fact, within the lifespan of one term of a government, all the economic woes can be solved, or half of them can be solved. So I think it is necessary now that government focuses attention on cassava. The three crops that are actually serious are cassava, maize, and rice. But the investment in cassava is lower than the rest of them. Cassava doesn't need too many, soil amendments like fertilizer in the first few years. And if you plant like the way we have developed the methodology at Farming University now, to plant in rows, preferably on ridges, the weeding becomes easier, and then the yields are higher because the ridges are a little bit wider apart, and every ridge appears to be like a border line. And usually, this crop, cassava, grows on border crops grow with higher yield. So that in itself creates a higher yield. And I can tell you that at the research I'm doing at my university here or with my colleagues, sometimes we can get as high as 60 tons per hectare. Called Abrabopa.
What's the name of the cassava? Abrabopa? Abrapopa. And you can get
about 60 to 70 tons per hectare.
Per hectare. So it is good for anybody to go into cassava farming. But, Prof, more importantly, and the question I've asked you, but is government engaging, or the government, not government, this government alone, have they been engaged? Because it looks like between you, your colleague Professor Mensah, Dr. Mavis Asari, there's enough research information out there that can transform this nation. So, Prof, why are we still here? Why are we still here?
Yeah, I think you are right. I think our government have been paying a lot of lip service to our, educational system in the country. First of all, let's just get this straight that education is the foundation for civilization and development, and there's nothing we can do about it. And this government has been setting up these tertiary universities and education institutions to train the required manpower. Now, luckily, from independence up to now, we have trained enough, and we are even having oversupply of the manpower. What government needs to do now is to focus attention on innovations that can actually be used to create jobs and employment, to absorb this teeming army of the youth. And that is where the emphasis should be, so that immediately there is any innovation that can be productive and can have value, government should quickly run with it. And then, once one is successful, this will serve as an incentive and motivation for the others. But it is not the case, and I think that is a very bad situation we are facing, because the innovations that come out from the universities are actually byproducts to government investment in the tertiary institutions. So they should even be hungry to take up these ones, make sure they are successful. Like this cassava harvester.
Yes, the cassava harvester. So now farmers don't have to go and harvest with their hand anymore. They can use your harvester, right?
That is even the first major innovation to harvest cassava is on the whole of Africa continent. And once it comes from Ghana, government should say hallelujah, hooray, and run with this, and make sure it becomes a household word in Ghana. And once it becomes a household word in Ghana, and some of us are alive now, if there are any problem, we will resolve it, and then government can set up industries to export this to other parts of the world. And that will become a foreign exchange earner. And that's how we will develop. So government can change this cassava harvester from KNUST into the equivalent of Samsung from South Korea, or even Apple from USA, so that Ghana will be noted for this pioneering innovation in cassava on the continent of Africa. And you can see the type of revenue that government can, and this, even the motivation to give to our students and Ghanaians all over the world. So this is something we need government. I don't know how they feel, because we have the solution. We have all attended the same universities. The experts who come from Europe and other parts of the world come to give them. And we have the knowledge, but they do not feel to invest in the local. I don't know whether it's an African mentality or what, but it is so sad. We tackle relevant problems on the continent, and we provide solutions, but then the uptake is zero. Either because I don't know what we can, I don't know whether it is a mindset or it's an African case or what. There's no way we can develop by that depending on others to provide all that we need.
Okay, so Prof, before we tackle that one, because I am very passionate about this cassava issue, and one of the pictures we just showed is cassava, a giant cassava, grown by the Atomic Energy Binary Center. They grew this cassava, giant. I don't know if you are by your TV, giant cassava. So if we can grow cassava this big, and like you said, we can be able to harvest a lot of hectares and get additional production even per 1 hectare, then, like you said, cassava will become the new white gold for Ghana. So we don't need to do galamsey. But then, Prof, all this research that you are doing, where is your research fund? How much is in it?
It's a long story.
Prof, I know it's a long story. The money is not enough, eh? I know. We don't get enough funding. How much of the planting for food and jobs money has been invested in agri research? How much has been given to you, professors, for agri research?
No, for now, I think what the minister did, the Honorable Afia Akoto, is my very good friend. What he did was that he donated a set of machinery to the university to support this training of students. I think that is something.
That is all he has done. He has only donated a set of machinery. So all the planting for food and jobs money, nothing has come to you but for the donation.
Well, to me, for now, yes, Nadia. Maybe he's thinking about it, but I've not got anything.
No, Prof, he doesn't have to think about it. We will give him a reason to add research to it. He doesn't have to think about it. He's doing the work for Ghana. And agric research is a key part of sustaining the agric production that we are doing. It's not for today.
Exactly.
So you cannot be content with donation. Donation at the pleasure of the person he is donating. No, we need proper, sustainable contribution for agric research. So, Doc, let me, Prof, let me thank you this morning. Let me thank you because I know you are at a funeral, but God bless you for innovating the cassava harvester machine. You are the first. In fact, you have made history. All the politicians we are giving S. Gracia to, none of them has been able to even develop mosquito catcher that will catch mosquitoes. But you have developed a cassava harvester. God bless you. And God bless your student who has also developed the machine to peel the cassava. I will be coming to KNUST to do a full interview with you and your team over there. So, Prof, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Afia. Thank you.
Ebusan for your name, Professor Bobobi, man of Bobobi, and nutrition common or agric department. I will come University of Science and Technology. Nimdia ho, said a Prof. Kano. A brofuni a conform, but say a commander sugar factory for India for no buy. No, you can't blame them because normally, no, Omoma Bosia, they bring counterpart conditions to it. At say India for Nema is cap for Jubilee House. No, they brought their workers to come and supervise a Jumano. You can't do anything because who is can't Kawangaza see you die. Into Oma Obosia, they also add conditions. Say, yeah, their workers experts say, beba, so you can't blame them. But although counterpart count no, now I can say, okay, be I benya this local content near. And a podcast, omo nim dia sa ati sa brofo no. But Ghana, obe kanya sa sema ko si heaven. Ti sa dia no pay we see at times aka say, omo ntie, fa ha, na pie ha. Na ye da ho to ni enya adwuma nye. Say the prof okay. Banchen kwa ye white gold. But o say if ya brofo ne breso abro ni be ye nti. Abrofo ne person omukum ye nti ade bia de ye kro maduane ye te se banche no om say o face the wall konkonte na o te se mi anka konkonte kwa na ka me market wo Ghana na nka be delicacy se ne TZ ai delicacy nko fotu kwan ba Ghana be di TZ sa na ke o say promote ye de ne build economy no doc member back wo na research na prof kan o say a long story research ko e be masika me ye de aye nti planting for food and jobs no e hangi wiemo aban we free one man wan hwe because research na ye weak nti no yenye bibi betimi sustaining na na
banchi ho asema prophet kan no kre papa because president could form remu no mu the value of cassava. Yes. You make an attempt to say nka ye mana ye sa ye no ye dua cassava sa much say na em say near ha sa initiative no it was the proper management. But then youth need be called into cassava production. Emma cassava crab ebebu okrom ha. No man na wa listen one say utumi nya sa no ma we nyina free cassava pharmaceutical industry nko ano cassava roller to say paracetamol ne sa no na enya bebre the products from cassava binary ye ne tech for na ye develop a variety na the tech bunch no it was developed with binary scientists and tech and at just as a tech for the but a binary for variety Dr. Menopem and no yeah different variety be a Dr. Menopem e binary omo aye hu adwuma na wo hu banche na ebo a wo hu te say esoso ankasa
we be 1 hectare kra when you scare you
e hu research a oye wo binary o here support to expand on the research. Into research in there, but as a linking the research no to industry no you know ye be manaba out. Everyone else can anywhere ye de be say adwuma no. And I was say ye engaging enti say ne aka no. Say mo ye bibi mo person mo ye planting for food and jobs. Say ni bibi mo person mo ye bia no. Mo started with institutes na omo ho nimde no. No mo so no betumi aye den aboa ama a sustaining policy na say project am pese we enti cassava to say new can no e was say man no say attention no because it has a potential cassava and even sweet potato potato yeah crack wheat flour we don't need that much wheat flour na e de back room ha no so you pay attention to
santom your friends substitute flours yes
you know
potato you betimi dey
even healthier than the wheat flour now, which contains gluten and man for allergic to and all of that. And you know, you hear na research sika sika na ehia de aye edwuma
na me de aye me ya ne de me many ji ho ye jobs na be create ama maintain na bank because they said the okay aye nsu say no so central region bo aye nsu sisa president for yes initiative say fe okoya na anwe ne se na e ma aye nsu gu ye chese Ghana pa
continuity ye hia o say continue one continuity enunti na se mo ye bibi kwasa mo engage all key stakeholders if I say MPP Merswa na se mo ne NDC for mo engage all the key stakeholders opposition to me gina ye because obia wo chefa wom I think say no so beboa enye say obakofo na eche no wo free wa na say acquire to say the perception say the other government does not want to continue. We need to do due diligence engage all key stakeholders.
Okay,
they all have a stake.
Obani member honey enje a final comment on ayesu so say ahemfo ne you also ohima kese praman ko mada na dia na omo pe say ye ayesu
commander ne omo hwehwe nyina ye there factory no will be creating more than 7,000 jobs.
Okay, 7,000 jobs.
Yes, Commander man already done ghost town because youth in Commander wafa hema no what's not local Liberia okopeduma. Ebimu Costa Leone. Nti what Liberia mama bedan Commander for na abuchi. But I mean mirroring in the Liberia as an anche war na zinti asumdwe mpo nyi wo wo peda nka asumdwe wo Ghana. But then the Ghana fu bibia wo konyen. Number one comes to there, or bestre. Them are Eric Kenya, Abia NDC for 1 year, BBR complete. So somebody is in the seats 5 years, moon away. Nothing has not a dog cracker, baby, don't jeans they are not ready to work on it. Yeah, well, be one more excuses upon excuses since 2017. The beer pressure, but no, what creates ye, oh, ye, bay, Juma. 2019, when the youth were in arms, they were quiet demonstration in December 10th. Then they brought an investor, 26th of November. That day, I issued a statement there. What they came to do, no, a hoax. They should mark it on the wall. There wouldn't be any investor because the information I have, no, they are not ready to do. A minister, Wako Parliament, just about 26th of last month, Wako promised today, by the end of this month, we'll sign a contract, finalize the contract with the investor. And the roadmap will come by the end of this month. If I'm sitting on this show, may catch you there. 8 months even end, there will not be any contract signed between any investor. There will not be any contract signed.
Why do you think so? Minister no mbono modina na investor na la no womba.
No. Che ebia returnazi na azina returning. Aka ho ensam mondama enka wan sem papada. When they assumed office, one can commend them as a papada, and you want somebody to buy it. So, Moton special eyes as a marketer, I must let you know the importance of this. Make a on your papa, a brain investor pan or banner or bottle because this is the 1 year you papa, a machine simple in your papa, in your papa, in your papa. No years will be funny scambation, and you told the whole world there investor be $28 million. No, the beggar as this so, it's the no boom pono. No, 34.6 million. By the same, if last time I gave you this assignment, we spoke and I told you that PwC, where valuation in 2017, their factory no cost here 34.6 million. Machines no cutting.
That was
2016 October. Okay. Then in 2017 September, what's a bonus fee 34.6 akọ 12 million.
You know what's a machines now say? What will arrest?
And I'm sure they are even saying the machines need be work one fix, which is not true. Only na make a minister and na been paying for the so you know kwede when we are. You onya sama oyes no. We have had bilateral relationship with India since Kwame Nkrumah days. Contract was a loaning condition in there. Condition in there into Nigerians can then come other nationals more yet. Into no yanka say yanko no babe. The local contender you said no. They gave the contract to Civil Co Limited, one way civil works. But the engineering now was done by Indians no. In this one waji 35 million. Sikano so one farm brehen no but then account me you or the one account to the area then they do approvals and pay. So one year the Ghana government here and there aban on crofnes one be no. 1 year you manage multi. until they be shown what be complete why the right specifications, you know.
Instead of spending additional money there,
exactly.
Okay.
So, and if you so your politics no only player, they should do this because the same company now, or your Septec India Private Limited, they are demanding their money. So what they sugarcane farms now, they are demanding the money because we didn't pay a peso to them.
And a company so what they are?
Or yeah, Indian-based companies, all number contracts and all banner obey when and CCRA, their representatives are here work arbitration. Arbitration.
Yeah, kada 1K a human back or bottom waba.
America there. Sikan wasn't more no. One uncle someone ban no see there to the India for into competitive bid no way no Indian companies and I was selected consultants on the project no so yeah Indian consultants. On your Ghana consultant. Okay. In this 1 year, you man today, ma osa. Why there? Abandon town on Monday, one bay, name on your bay, the oil, but the man not the politics in area. But I mean, I pity the minister because maybe the minister may have the goodwill of Bayer Jumano. But what we also know, I can say, the big players in the industry, oil sugar industry, no, they're giving some bribe to politicians not to let this factory run because per annum. Oh yeah, that is because per annum, no, you import over 400 tons of sugar into this country. Yeah, so we spend more than $400 million per annum. Meanwhile, no, 80% of our sugar need, because the estimation is, Doc, or taking 17 kilograms of sugar. I also did 7 or a year. I also did 17. I'm so 17. So, the projection by 2030. Yen sugar consumption about 800 tons of sugar.
And that is money.
Yes. This year as here or minimize the importation because the plan was.
For mafia for no wash.
I'm telling you. Okay. This is
but instead of importing, you're about to be at the factory in Palma, then manage.
And even during our time, you encourage about 11 different investors. There, you site the Sablugu in the northern region. It's a very good area. You're able to make another sugar factory. Okay. We find Esuchari because old factory. So able to and Ghana Crampo before we need more than 11 sugar factories in Ghana before able to solve this problem. Whilst India has about 500, no population, they are in a billion. Into the we need about 11. This 11 that's a crop no. We are sabotaging it there, there is a passionate appeal to the government. They should put everything aside. Now, as I'm saying, governments now so why my investor be any interest because of in some work. Abanara on ye. Abanara on tournament na factory ni ejuma. Because my young they mebun be ejuma.
Doc, may your final comment on adding value. Potential there
will be brave, but I say you walk the talk. Intino still mebunu nye juma nye. You was asase, you were good weather. In fact, abrafo na ti kromu ha enka. Oma ye ha paradise, you know. Inti yes, more modern in terms of even sometimes policy, any promises and all of that. Governments have almost share bo ebi in this so ebi this so. But I feel say a time at the youth and so no, I was say you're taking matters into our own hands. And to say now a lot of young people are going into agro processing. I want to area, you know, I can really speak about it. You know, despite the fact say omuni capital and there obinya konko bako esichire ana otumi ye bibi eton inti ye encourage the youth na mum no laws no systems na e was say ye put in place na ebeboa omo no etumi to san omo no enu na me pese aban e dey put in place because the youth are very hard working obi apedwuma ye dwuma eni honum ene university for kra ko into they are moving into formal jobs into semi-formal jobs. And they do maybe any eduma yefno. One first na to office and therefore say and then to me bibi kakra be minimum crofo a omo jai bank eduma say kra omo ye aduane ton. Aduane space, you know, there's a lot of potential. But ebi wo ha wo individual no one ho dey nko achi because laws na was say backing it say you about sugar say ye boost local production. na say ye sugar no okrom ha e cut it down on to say COVID by na no ma e ba krom ha kra na short inti o ma no mo ye nnuane bi o mo hia certain products kwa no mo nya but say local omo miam ho so be adwuma using local content no almost on to me I say let's produce local when we are not really helping them. Cocoa individuals niche money in Crawford almost start my favorite chocolatier Ruth young lady at UK or maybe a chocolate better Ghana or your chocolate now premium chocolate now when you better people are ready
niche there na me hu away na come package say why small size no na me chiche bi crowd
oh niche there on put your okonanim but where the year a custom made chocolate very premium yes. Inti abayin ye best any key stakeholders. Yen put it down the policies, yen shishemra, yen mra nkwa na yen fa sika any ya ho odin taichire na etumi ebie kwan ama youth no.
Okay. Ebusafo yen na mase somahwe a critical issue ama in fact and then we've had a very critical time. Ayenya mfaso bebre. Yeso ye de ni be di akire from Ministry of Trade any industry no ma be bia wose Ghana ye ema commander sugar factory ye yie no. Ye de anu betum ene mu di atema de eche cry de anu betum because Ghana fo sika ene wom eye yi a Ghana fo na be ye adwuma say ye NDC ni o eye MPP ni o mu nyina ye Ghana fo onya bi di chop money a na ye de bekodwom eye Ghana he ya na obeto na de e wo se ye boa ma oman no ko na ni mi ejai NDC ni MPP no a ye de say ne ma te say ye nsu de anwe ne sen why should we do that so ye be ma oman no ye ho ache ye mfa se da kese e ma empanifo e na ombe boa ye ma ye de discussion ede ebrem ne mo masana no abrante ba ko say even prof ene ono no invent cassava harvester no nti me man fans sa o say there's one Mr. Noma Sibi na eye de minimum prof na minimum information KNUS di ma me say prof ene invent nti eno ano no ye friends John ami yes o Canada Monica mom and also Canada Monica does say ode o message de buy as that say nkoma former member and secretary of Commander Sugar Factory any omo management Sierra Ransford Chatman Vani Amwa so if you commander no wan abebo aye ma ye de nkomo yi ehihye so sanso na ye ma me Dr. Mavis Oreku Asare so food scientist senior research scientist Binary Ghana Atomic Energy Commission so no so enya abucha me ahyase na ne mpanifo aka na etwetwe nkomo wo a wo hwe ye bia na ye de wase wo send message a yakopon sha se da kese nkomo ye ma me Frances Esiam and de wan send message na se bia na ne ho mfa ne ti Frances ye chiawo bom pai se ho eye awan ho de ye fa me vim lady Afia Pokua aseda kese nkoma lumichas awomo de malaria duru aboa atemita lo me fantrin ene wo me be kum malaria ne nyina amawo na afesu ye wo trazel enso ye eyi nsonsono duru kum nsonsono ewo ni pedue this way chocolate drink and a special ice mineral water dual fashion ewo dansoma na Nina Mishka ewo East Legon Nina Mishka daroma na omode ahusese ni ade nyina mai production team nyina yedamase yakopon ya adoma next week ye be share